key word is church, Grim.
Yes.
You don't pray in a church, my friend. Believe it's a synagogue for you. If it was a synagogue, Grim, the rest of us would be
I mean, if it's about Jesus, that'll be easy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome on in and happy Tuesday. I hope everyone has had a great day, a great Halloween, and yeah, all that fun stuff. I am here with an amazing group of people that I managed to rope into this, second time for me, first time playing for most of them. Vaesen, a Nordic horror tabletop RPG system. And yeah, hopefully this is going to be a bit spooky today. Before we introduce people, I have to do a little bit of a housekeeping so that Twitch doesn't get mad at me. The music you're listening to right now is by Adrian von Ziegler. You can find out more about his stuff if you type in !music2 in the chat. The overlay and starting soon screen were made by me in Incarnate, and the maps that will be presented on the screen, and also for my players in the chat or in the group chat thing, are from the official Vaesen TTRPG system book. Or books, I'm using two different ones. Quick thing, this is a horror game. It will have some horror themes to it. I have and we have a hype train going.
Hype train!
Hype train! Awesome!
Motherfuckers!
Choo! Thank you so much, everyone. So if horror is not your thing, well, I appreciate you being here, but maybe sit this one out.
Or stay in, but keep us muted.
Yes, or just lurk. Lurking is fine. I appreciate all the lurkings. We are at level 2 already. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Now, while I do some other stuff over on this end to prepare, let's introduce our players, and let's start with Josh. Who are you and who you're playing?
Vast and ahoy, mateys. I be JoshThePirate. You can find me on my channel, of course, as Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife, Karen, the mother of bunnies, and a bunch of these splendid beans as well, actually. Like, every single one of them's been on my channel. They're all freaking legends. So, you can check us all out there, all over on our YouTube as well. Today, I will be playing Hiroth Ornson, the local country doctor for local people. Will have no trouble here. And possibly also his weak horse that is very specific. He is a weak horse named Self, or Sylph, short for Sylfnir, because I couldn't think of anything funnier than that, so that'll have to do. He's in love with a lovely lady named Liv, and that may well come back to bite him in the ass. That's who I am. That's what I'm doing. Yes. The horse, not the horse. He's not in love with the horse. He likes his horse as a friend.
No, I'm saying you have a horse, not an ass.
I do. Only going up from here.
Let's move on over to Geo. Who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, my name is Geo. I am from the OzQuest crew. I have been gracious enough to be able to play in this tonight's game, which I'm looking forward to. And I'm playing Jakob Wolfson, a drunken middle-aged man who lives on the streets, trying to hunt down the hag who still got his brother, and doesn't really have a great time with his old papa. Let's just say him and his dad are not on talking terms, and there's a pretty damn good reason as to why that is the case.
I would probably be pretty mad as well.
I mean, unless you're like some kind of psychopath, and then you just find that humorous, you just joke over it. But yes, good to be here, and we're going to have some fun.
Dariya, who are you and who are you playing?
My name is Dariya. I am an artist, and you mostly can find me on the Courses Go channel with Josh, terrorizing and making dumb fuckboy jokes. But other than that, you cannot find me. Fuck you. What I play is who I play is Clara Edmund, who is a writer, young writer, whose 4 siblings died under mysterious circumstances in the past few years, and now she's trying to either break the curse or not, or die.
Dariya also made 2 of our emotes.
I did.
Hells yeah.
Yes, and they are amazing. And I'm going to speak to Dariya about maybe 3 more emotes in the future. We shall see.
Awesome.
Dariya is amazing.
Extremely
I love
busy.
Dariya.
She's extremely busy. It's a
Never
little.
for you though. Sorry.
Aww.
That's good.
Terris, who are you and who are you
Let's
playing?
see how it is.
Hello, I am Terris, your friendly neighborhood ferret. I don't stream myself, so I just show up on everyone else's streams, including Corsair's Cove and obviously here. Today I will be playing Tomas. He's a young occultist who has just come back from somewhere far, far away and rather interesting, where he was, well, we'll learn about that later. Yes,
Maybe.
so, maybe. Yes.
And when mice?
When I move, so I don't accidentally get myself caught on camera.
Fair.
If you get what I'm saying, that
Yeah, no.
and my Twitch channel immediately.
Thank you so much,
Cycle.
Cycle. That.
Bloody
Aw,
champion.
thank you. I appreciate that so much. And Hype Train. Oh, that is amazing. Jack,
That's epic.
who are you and who are you playing?
Hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Jack O'Brien. You can find me as a professional GM on dungeonmasterforhire.com.au in case you need a GM but can't be bothered doing it yourself. You can also find me on all socials at JackSquarePeg and on Twitch with the same name, where we do RPG edutainment and the occasional video game potluck, as well as on Corsair's Cove, where I play the Bat Boy with a back loaded with guilt over on Strumblewood. Yeah, no. What did I? Yeah. Yeah, that's on Monday nights over on Corsair's Cove. Very exciting. As for who I'm playing today, I am playing Yusef Vitz, who is a 23-year-old Jewish man who has made his way up from Hungary and is basically just kind of. I wanted to be more edgy, but really he's just kind of doing his thing, taking life as it comes. He's basically a combination of the Jazz Cat from Aristocats and Bert from Mary Poppins. He's just there to have a good time, not for a long time. He's got a dog named Shadow and a walking stick, and he'll see what he can do to help, and if it's too much, he'll fuck off. That's it.
Love it.
Hello.
Sees this monstrosity waking up from the ground. It's like, yeah, fuck this country. I'm outie.
No. I've been to other places. I'm all right. I'm good.
And I don't know who the heck are you.
Me? I could do an advanced intro, but I won't. Hi,
Yeah.
I am Ardana or Joe, or since Lilith is not here.
Oh,
Meh.
You there?
Yeah. Oh, you there.
Oi.
If Lilith has anything to say about it. I am the GM and channel runner around these parts. And today I will be, for the second time, playing or running the Vaesen TTRPG system on this channel. First time with actual players. They are not the chat. Because last time the chat made all the decisions. So yeah, this I'm a little bit nervous because, yeah, second time running this, but... And hi, Small Town Creepy. Welcome on in. Happy Halloween. We're starting out strong with the hype train, and I'm a little bit confused. But, also, someone... I think it was Jack. Lilith!
There they are.
There's Lilith!
Oi.
Jack. I'll just. We're talking about me. What?
Hi, Lilith.
Been summoned?
Um,
Half been summoned.
You'll never get rid of me. Lilith is also the reason why my Dark Arch character is named Carl.
I just find that funny because my best mate's named Carl, and yeah, Dark Urge.
Carl.
Works.
Carl, the King of Ducks. That's our wood elf, Gloomstalker Ranger Dark Arch character.
Oh, I love it. That sounds sick.
It's
so funny.
amazing. He looks like an edgelord too.
That kills people, Carl. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get terrified.
Okay, let's go. I'm
boy.
doing things, I think.
Oh no.
Let's switch up the music. So if we
Nice to
are
actually play with someone who wants to run a horror game. Normally, I have to inflict it on people. This is a nice change.
I like horror. I just don't know
Nah.
how far I can take it. I'm running a Grim Hollow campaign on Saturdays.
Yep.
Where
You know, with me, just as much horror as I can get. I was raised on Stephen King. Please, more horror.
one of the things that happened in my Grim Hollow, well, two things actually, barbarian related things. One, the barbarian accordioned a bandit, not from the top down, using a shovel.
Brilliant.
And the other one, same barbarian, used a sarcophagus lid to turn skeletons into bone dust.
9 subs, 100 biddies.
Thank you so much.
Hype train.
Thank you so much, everyone, for that level 2 hyper train. Nice. Yes, we need more days in the week. And I am going to, as much as I love Adrian von Ziegler, we're going to mute that one. And if we are all as comfortable as we are going to get, let's get started.
One question. Are we supposed to hear Søren's cape?
Yeah.
It's playing through Discord.
I hear nothing, but that's okay.
You can muck around with it if you right-click the thingy.
It's 200% volume, but okay. I'll imagine.
No Sirenscape for you. They're lovely birds.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it.
Thank you very much. In painful detail, please.
Yeah, it's mouth-wateringly beautiful bird song.
Shame you're not here listening.
Yeah. Also, Canis, just too late.
Yes, a little bit too late. But yes.
Still bloody champion.
Thank you so much. Oh yeah. I have a great audience over here. But if we're all as comfortable as we're going to get, let's get this show started. The ride up from Härnösand into the forest have been bumpy, cold, and in some places wet, as moisture has dripped down from the trees. The further you get from the main roads, the harder it is for the stagecoach you're riding in to move along this broken and knobbly and rooted path. You have been summoned by a letter from a wood magnate called von Meyer. He sent a letter down to the society in Uppsala requesting help in getting to the bottom of what happened to two of his employees, not employers. One who turned up dead, and the other one less than coherent, rambling, riding through the woods in only his nightshirt. As you
That's perfectly normal.
Absolutely perfectly normal. As you come closer and closer to this village, the darkness seems to loom in under the trees. The logging industry in northern Sweden has taken its toll on most forests, but it seems this forest is completely untouched. Moonlight casting shadows that seem to grow and grasp for your stagecoach. The only light flickering around you is from the driver's lantern, illuminating the path in front of and under the horses' hooves. Not too long after the sunset, you do see a flicker off in the distance, and a almost like a glade seems to open up in this looming and what's the word I'm looking for? Charcoal, greenish gray vista in front of you. You see a large stone church almost grow out of the forest. And around the church, a bunch of small wooden huts, wooden houses pop up. You the stagecoach rattles slightly as the road turns from almost impassable back to well-trodden, well-stomped ground. And you're jostled a little bit in the interior as the wheels find purchase again. You turn down the main road through the small village. Off in the distance, the last few birds seem to lift and find their own nests again. And let me quickly... Where did you go? There it is. We're gonna go from this map I was showing you of the Mythic North to... Where did you go? There it is. To... Nope. This one. Here you have the village. Let me give you guys the map of the village in the chat as well. On stream you can now see the map of the village itself. I just need to... There it is. Give it to the players. So, as you pass...
Where you covered up the cameras.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's display capture I have to use because it won't let me capture it from Discord.
Yeah.
You come down from the south end and passing through the small main street, you turn to the west and down towards the sawmill. One of the few remaining sawmills that are not run by steam.
Oh.
You have been given board, a room and board at the... that's not it. At the house of the owner of the sawmill, a Märta Karlström. She's also what one might call the mayor or head of this village. And von Meyer has arranged for you to stay with her, as most of the occurrences in this village seem to surround either the sawmill or the old church. So the letter you received, let me see if I can, there it is, from von Meyer, reads as follows. To whom it may concern, I urgently request your assistance. My name is August von Meyer. I'm a forest owner and industrialist, and own one of the largest sawmills in northern Sweden, located here in Härnösand, where I am working to modernize this region. To this end, I am procuring heavily forested tracts of land and employing large parts of the local population in said areas. Some time ago, two of my employees, Mr. Gottfried Hammarström and his assistant, Nils Lindesköld, were sent to a small village called Färnsta, north of Härnösand. It is located deep in the woods, and the land was said to be highly fertile and abundant with forests. Hammarström was therefore responsible for ensuring a transaction between the villagers and yours truly. But now, alas, tragedy has struck. One night, poor Nils returned on horseback, wearing nothing but his nightshirt. He was in a frantic state, rambling about some evil beast he beheld in the village. Nils has not been the same since, and can barely speak. Hammarström is missing, and I fear what may have befallen poor Gottfried. I sense that something is amiss. There is more to this place than meets the eye. That is why I'm writing to you. I would like to enlist your services in uncovering the truth about what has happened to Hammarström, and stopping the beast mentioned by Mr. Lindesköld at any cost. You come very highly recommended, and your expertise would be invaluable in our current predicament. Should you accept this task, you will of course be richly rewarded. Please reply with utmost haste, for time is of the essence. I shall wait for you in Härnösand to explain more and arrange your trip to Färnsta. Sincerely, August von Meyer. In Härnösand, you were given money to compensate what's her name again? Märta Karlström, for living there, and you were also given various information about this village. It is, as you noticed on your way as well, cut up from most of the rest of civilization. The forests are thick and the trees are tall and proud. Electricity has not yet spread here in any form. And as you notice when you reach the sawmill, it is run by water power and not steam. So it's a water mill. The forest itself seems to almost encroach on the village, barely kept at bay, but not overcrowded in any sense. It's old, and the trees are sturdy and barely any form of fallen debris whatsoever under them. As the stagecoach stopped... Yep, sorry.
No, all good. Finish what you were saying.
Yeah. As the stagecoach stopped in front of Karlström's home, a middle-aged woman steps out, a candle holder in hand, to welcome you. What do you want to do?
Well, first question was, this is basically assuming we all know each other, we're all traveling together. That's the vibe?
Yeah.
We're all members of the society?
Yeah. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
In that case, probably what I would have brought up is going, I don't know the general vibe here, but he's asking us to find the fella. That seems easy enough. But as far as destroying the beast goes, we didn't say that would happen for the cash, right? Because that seems a little less likely.
My concern is that he wants us to make this place profitable for him. I'm concerned he wants us to actually make the beasts amenable to having their forest bulldozed.
Probably, yeah. And either way, I kind of did we broker the deal?
I don't know if a deal was brokered so much as we came at the request of a letter.
When we get a little bit of a lead, we might be able to renegotiate if we know what we're dealing with. I think the fact that one of the men survived, Niels, was it, is a good sign.
But he's not talking. Or if he is, he's not making any sense.
very traumatized.
Yeah,
Anyway,
same here,
my
Mr.
point basically was I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page in that respect. I'm not dying for nobody. Yeah. If we need to get this fella out, different story, or more likely, let's be real, his body. But that's a different story. I'm not going to fight nobody necessarily, not without renegotiating the pay.
Well, I
don't-
wouldn't particularly mind dealing with the fell beasts, but as for taming the forest for the individuals, I don't think that's really possible for us. So,
Either way,
we
It's
should
sounds like
it's more about making cohabitation
yeah.
possible.
I'm
I'm
not
a
here to
little
be
worried
moral.
about
Just
how...
want to live.
That's fair, my friend. I'm concerned at how large that graveyard looks.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a bit of a big one for how small the town is, isn't it?
It's almost a third of the floor area of the whole town.
Maybe they're just a morbid place. Maybe they just prepare for the future.
Well,
That
That's
looks
pretty
full to
wise.
me.
also, Jacob, what is your take on this? You've been quite quiet on the road.
Well, I'm kind of cleaning off the little booze that's on my clothes. Damn driver went over the speed bump a bit too much. Just give me a bottle and we'll just do what needs to be done, I think. That's what we do, ain't it? Deal with these little headaches and then back off to the next town.
What?
Well, seems like you're stacking headaches. Maybe lay off the bottle for a bit.
Nah.
No, it's
Keeps
good
you company.
for you. What ails you?
Can't be that hungover. You didn't cringe.
You're never hungover if you don't stop drinking.
Charming.
Medically speaking, the only bad thing about the alcohol is the impairment of your senses. It's no worse for you than smoking a pipe, he says,
No
tapping his pipe out.
Don't
In
worry,
the
Doc.
opinion of an 18th century doctor.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Doc. I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a quick fun time.
That is
Yeah,
what I
just
am
takes a
worried
big
about.
swig
like
out
a
of his
great
drink.
fun time as you cradle your fucking head. Anyway, there's a middle-aged woman.
Mistress Karlstrom. Yes?
That would be me, yes. You are quite welcome. I do assume that you are the company that von Meyer sent.
Hirath Ornson, my dear. And he takes her hand and very bows over it. His lips just brush the back of her hand. Yeah, he is just unfalteringly polite to a lady. And he says, and he would introduce the others, my compatriots. Yes, we are those who were sent. You, I believe, own and run the mill.
I am, yes. It is my honor and my privilege to be in charge of operating the mill that keeps our glorious village alive and independent.
It is most a pretty place. You are not owned by the person who hired us.
Von Meyer?
August.
Von Meyer. Yeah. This is not this is a private enterprise, not owned by Von Meyer.
Oh, no. We have been private, as you said, a private enterprise since the 1200s, I am proud to say.
My goodness.
Nice.
Very long-standing family business. I'm impressed. My own only stands back 2 generations.
Oh, it's not.
I
It's
see.
not a family. Unfortunately, it's not a family thing, but it is a collective endeavor of our entire village.
No.
I see.
And this is Shadow.
Have you had?
And I'll show my dog.
Yes, of course. Important.
It is.
You have.
He's a good boy.
You have. Have you had any issues like this? That what has befallen these gentlemen before?
not that I can say no. I'm not sure how much I should actually tell you. Do come in out of the darkness.
Please.
Let's.
It is most kind of you to accommodate us.
Of course. I am more than happy to help anyone who can deal with this absolutely ghastly business. There are rooms that I have set aside for you. Unfortunately, I do not have that many rooms, so of course, Clara's last name escapes me right now. Of course, for the lady, there will be a separate room, and the gentleman, I am sorry to say, will have to share.
It's all right, love. I'll just take the couch.
Oh,
Give him
that
what I normally
no,
get.
no. As a host, I cannot allow one of my guests to sleep on the couch. That would be unheard of.
Most
Well, Argente, then, and Mademoiselle. Not that I'll take up that offer.
Yeah, you really don't want him
I
sleeping
can
on your
smell you
couch.
from
It's
here.
gonna, it permeate the dining room and the area
Yes.
around it.
So if you would like to freshen up, I shall have some form of dinner set out for you, and we can discuss this over some warm food and drink. It's been quite a journey, I imagine.
It has. Is the have we gotten the impression that the guy who was ranting and raving, is he here
No,
or was he back? All right, okay.
he would be back.
We didn't get an
No,
we didn't get an opportunity to interview him.
no, he
No,
is
okay.
completely incoherent.
Oh, so we can't
Right.
even like. Is he like in the village? Would we be able to like see him?
No,
later?
he was back at the town you came from, at a hospital, waiting to be taken to a asylum.
Oof. Okay.
Oh no.
So he's a dead man.
Yeah. Well, 1850s asylums, they're all known for their quality, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so clean.
Yeah.
Speaking of clean, I think Shadow's giving me the look that he needs to go tinkle, so I'll see you in a minute.
Oh, absolutely. Do be careful. The river is quite not steep. Wild.
Deep. Wow.
Yeah,
So-
no worries. Plan to just get some night air, let him do his thing, and be back in just a moment.
Okay. Well,
So Jack dies.
On the plus side, you can go to bed early.
nah.
Jakob's gonna walk in and maybe beeline it for a bathroom.
Absolutely.
As soon as you could.
Heroin, huh?
I have a question.
Mhm.
Clara is observant, but only about specific things.
Okay.
When the lady said, "I don't know how much I should tell you," did it look like she was worried about being overheard, or didn't trust us? Can I get a read on her, because she seems quite polite? But is that a front? Like, what's her deal? I essentially, I don't know what it is. Observation, probably?
Observation or empathy, I would say.
Empathy is not a skill, I don't think. That's just an attribute.
That's what powers
Yeah.
observation.
Yeah, observation
Yeah.
then. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I have 2 in observation. That means I have 3 d6s to throw, right?
If I understand the rules right, yes.
Hopefully, yeah.
Do you not also get to add empathy as well? My impression was that you got
Yes.
you got the dice from empathy, and then you
Oh.
got to add 2 more from being proficient with observation.
Yes, you do.
So I have 8 dice.
5. If that's how many you've got, if
I have
that's your
5 in
empathy
empathy.
plus,
Then yes.
then yeah.
Okay, then. Oh, wait. So 5 plus 2 or 5 plus 3? Do we have what?
And
1
then,
by default?
and then you get 1 just by default.
Yeah.
Sweet, then it's 8 dice.
And keep in
Yeah.
mind,
Okay, so-
anyone who would criticize this is how I understand the rules.
Yeah, we don't know. And I'm only
It was
concerned
also
about...
how I understand the rules, having read a good portion of the book, so I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So far I have 1d6 and... Okay, I have 1 6 out of all 8 dice I rolled.
About average.
She seems concerned, mostly about... It doesn't seem like she's concerned about being overheard, but she is concerned about what she has to tell you.
Like how much this will scare us?
More like... It's... You don't really get a perfect read, but it would seem like she is afraid of something. Not specifically being overheard, but she is afraid of something that has to do with what she can tell you. So you get concern, you get fear, but not... what she gives off is that she doesn't really look around like she's afraid of being overheard.
Okay, then as Jacob rushes into the the room, Clara will slow down next to the lady, take her hand gently, and lower her voice a little bit and say, "I can assure you, we are here to make things as right as it is possible, and whatever it is that ails the village, we are more than ready to hear it out."
I do appreciate your concern and your swift response to what I understand is von Meyer's summons. I would rather only speak of it once, though, so... yes, it is a bit of a sensitive topic.
No worries. We shall wait until the tinkle procedure is done.
As you say,
I'm sorry, no, Karen.
No, I was going to throw a joke, but he can wait.
Yeah.
Mr. Skullstrom, I am confused a little, I suppose. This is a collective, a co-op, as you say. What interest does von Meyer have here?
From what I understand, he is interested in our vast forests. We have always been in close contact with the forest themselves, and von Meyer really wants us all to sell our pieces of land so that he can, well, gain access to the forest and the fine timber that we provide.
So,
would that not essentially put you out of business?
Well, yes, this is my concern. How do the village feel about this? He is proposing, presumably, to buy you out, yes?
Yes, it's not, as far as I understand, from the poor gentleman that came here, and he wants to buy our sawmill and the land around it, and then have us all work the sawmill for him, instead of working it for ourselves.
And is this something that the people of the village are in any way interested in? It seems a bad deal to me, though I admit I know little.
We are self-sufficient in this village, so for many of us it is a poor deal indeed, though some of the younger individuals here are looking to sell their land and move closer to the coast, to be closer to the industrial heart of this region. We have always managed on our own, though, so I personally do not understand why you would want to leave.
Change is coming. That is the problem, more often than not.
Indeed.
Well, that is an interesting point, and also, I suppose the optimal result here depends very much on where you are from, on what you are wanting. Thank you, Mistress Costrom. That answers my question perfectly. Thank you.
Of course.
And he goes to wash his hands very thoroughly in the manner of a doctor, as it probably not at all at this era.
I'm not entirely sure when that started.
Hand washing, maybe. I feel like not First World War, so.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. I think it was like early 1800s, but I'm not sure how far it has spread. To be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, he goes and has his own cleansing ablutions.
Yes. Thomas.
Madam, was there anyone who was rather potentially outspoken about not wanting these people around the village?
There have been certain gossip around. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not entirely sure how much I should say. I really do not like gossiping. It's but
you are among friends here, though, and we will not. The information will not pass further than us. It's not gossiping. We are trying to get to the bottom of something, and no information is bad information.
Do remember, lady, that any information that is not given to us may result in naming, death, or disfigurement.
May I make a manipulation roll to try and convince her to tell us more than she would necessarily?
Yeah, sure.
He says, not as somebody who is particularly good at manipulation. I have 4. I think I have 5 in it total. I have 1 in manipulation and 3 in empathy, because I feel like a doctor shouldn't be particularly empathetic.
Where is Thomas?
Plus the 1. That is no 6s. From 5 dice.
She seems to pause for a moment and then look around a little bit quickly, as if to see if the rest of you have come back. Not scared, but just like, And she puts down the candle holder on the table and turns back to you and says, well, I would rather not repeat myself, so any information I do have, I will discuss over dinner once you're all gathered.
I'll go and find Yusuf. I go outside and inquire after Yusuf. I go outside and find Yusuf's horribly maimed corpse.
As you walk outside, the only light that seems to illuminate any form of anything outside is the light from a exceptionally bright moon. It seems to be no clouds whatsoever. And
is this odd or weird? Is it the right time of the month for a full moon?
It would be the right time of the month for a full moon, but it is not nearly cold enough to show a moon that bright.
Is it? So it's not cold?
It's like it's chilly. It's like autumn vibes, but it's not cold yet.
Right.
I mean, an Australian would probably say it's cold, but it's not cold yet.
Yeah. Okay. For the native Swede that Hiroth is, it is not cold.
No.
He would go out and I don't know. He would go out and look for Jakob. For Yusuf, he probably wouldn't just call out.
Yep.
But he's probably gone for a little while if the others inside want to do anything or say anything or be anything.
You are free to explore the
That's
house.
kind of the
Yeah.
excuse I made to kind of just look around. But I think he would also like. I think that was probably his excuse, so he can go out and just do his prayers, which he doesn't necessarily want to make anyone uncomfortable with, in case they're not a Jew fan. And so that's probably what he's doing, along with kind of sitting by the river. And he'll look behind to see Hyrith kind of going like past him and goes, "Oh yeah."
Oh, there you are. You are done with your tinkle?
Yeah. Just it was a nice night, and I don't know. Felt like if I hung out here long enough, then I might be able to hear the other side, so to speak.
Any luck?
Feels very, well, maybe, but not a language I can speak yet. Anyway,
This all strikes me as... I don't know why we're here.
that's kind of why
I
I want
know.
to ask the river.
I know why we were sent, but it feels like those that we can see that others can't are reacting to the invasion of modernity.
Well,
That's not something we can stop, so it's not something we can fix. Nor do I think
Change
we'd be
is-
doing this place as a favor by succeeding.
well, like you said, we can't stop it, so we might as well make sure that we're around to broker him a good deal, if we can.
Who?
As you
And
look around,
he'll
Yep.
gesture vaguely towards the river.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm,
as you look
but would they
around,
take a deal.
Probably not.
as you look around, you see the moonlight shining down and almost skipping along the river. The river is wild, and it seems like the wheel on the sawmill is just barely keeping up with the power.
Oh, wow.
And it is strange. It is a strange place to place a sawmill at a river that wild. Normally, you want a steadily flowing, but rather slowly flowing. But it's apparently been there for a very long time. The logs that make up the sawmill itself are old and weathered, look very sturdy. The forest around it looks like, as you have a chance to stand in the moonlight as the only illumination, the forest around almost seems like a tall wall encasing the entire village. And the light from the moon is like bathing the entire area in an almost blue light. Let's see, I have an image for that. Let me put that up. So, where did I put that? There it is. And popping that over and showing you guys what the village would look like in the moonlight.
Oh, pretty. I
That's actually
love
really
the
cool.
artwork in this
Nice.
book.
So do I. Oh,
Yes, the art is beautiful there.
Yeah.
I love that.
absolutely.
so
I'll say something under my breath in Hebrew and just go. Okay. Yeah. It was a long shot anyway, but to be honest, I didn't want to be indoors again after being in that wagon with Jakob's farts for another 6 hours.
Yes, his humor is clearly unbalanced. The lady is not wanting to tell us anything without all of us being there. Doesn't want to waste her time telling the story twice. So, please.
No, yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
And he actually, you're quite young, aren't you? No, you're 23. Sort of middle-aged. Yeah. Okay.
No, he's
all right.
23.
Yeah. So he's he in a not a fatherly way exactly, but a sort of a in a protective sort of way. He puts his arm around your shoulders and says, "Come on, then, in my friend." The two of you walk in together. Him tapping his pipe out, ready to light it again.
Inside the house, you have a strong scent of various herbs, rosemary and juniper, pine. Also various kinds of cooked root vegetables. Not potatoes, because they were not that common. But various types of other root vegetables, but also dried berries and fungi. Chanterelles, mushroom. I don't know the names, the English names of the Swedish mushrooms, but various types of mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
In this time, we as we had to explore a little bit, Clara just brought her things in and changed from the traveling dress to like a dinner dress, which is pretty plain. She doesn't. She's not a wealthy lady, but she knows her customs and etiquette. So she's just like politely looking around the dining room. No, the main room where people sit and talk. What the fuck is that?
Dining room.
Yeah, that is it. Okay, I'm very tired.
Either a dining room or a lounge, but
yeah. So just like looking at the battle pieces and such, just waiting, not really touching anything because that's impolite.
Could be a drawing room.
Oh, a drawing room. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So Jakob, this whole time. Oh, you can go.
No, yeah.
I think Tomas is probably somewhere around near where Clara is, just sitting there, and Clara would notice he seems to be sort of talking to his pocket, but you have no idea what that's about.
We spent 6 hours in a bloody wagon with you. We really wouldn't.
Yeah, Clara is quite observant. Would she be able to understand what Thomas is saying?
I'd say so. What he's saying is he is whispering quietly, and you've spent 6 hours in a wagon, but these things tend to be awake about 4 hours a day. So you probably don't know what's going on. He's there. You can sort of probably even see the pocket moving a little. This is just, if you steal anything at all, I will hang you up by your whiskers and leave you in the snow.
To your nipple.
And yeah.
Are you talking to your nipple right now? What's going on?
No.
Is this about nipples?
Tomas has a very chaotic nipple, it seems.
I have an ointment for that.
It's just, it's mischief. And he is going to reach
Your nipple is called mischief.
No.
What's the other one called?
What's the other one called? Harmony?
Mine are Janet and Reno.
He just gives you a withering look. He's all of 22.
Mine's called Bill.
He's going to give you a withering, old people look. And pull out a tiny weasel. This is a least weasel. It is the smallest obligate carnivore in the world.
Least weasel.
like a stoat, like a tiny little stoat.
Yes, it's probably smaller than the palm of his hand as he holds it out.
Tiny.
And it's sort of
Oh, nice.
big oil
so cute.
eyes just staring up at you.
Aww, it's adorable.
I think the stew's in the kitchen if you want to add.
What? No.
That's not for eating?
This is my friend.
Yes, if you know the concept of friends, right? You do have a dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't mean to cause offense. I just, generally speaking, if I've got a little rodent, I'm gonna eat it.
No, this is like my dog. It's my pet.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna eat it if it's your pal. I understand.
I don't think he'd be very good eating anyway. He's kind of smelly.
They're kind of skinny.
Full of bones.
At this point, you just see Jakob come in. He's got a piece of bread in his mouth. His hands are in his trench coat. What is about food?
Oh, speaking of smelly, hello. Yes.
Are you pocketing food before it's even served? Dude, are you trying to get us thrown out?
He pulls out one hand out of his pockets, and there's like bars of soap. It's like, well, I mean, this is for the smell because I was a little bit, I know, on the stinkier side. But no, I think I've.
Oh, you're not.
And he puts his other hand out of his other pocket and pulls out more bread. Like, I got hungry on the road. You know, booze ain't gonna get us through the trek.
From where? Was it cooling on the windowsill by any chance?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Just it's tasty though. So, are we eating the weasel?
No.
Apparently
No,
not.
no, we're not.
Apparently not.
No. Okay. Okay. No worries.
No, I've had mischief longer than I've had all of you, and I would like to continue our acquaintance. if
You've
that's-
had all of us. We're not in the list of your pets.
I mean, I could see it.
He gives you a flat look, like that's still to be determined.
I know what I am. I'm a monkey. It's cool.
Clara will like silently, because she's a bit too polite to say it, but silently looks at Hyrule like, please, can we leave this room?
And Hero understands and says, yes, I think it's possibly, hopefully, dinner time. I don't know about the rest of you, Jakob, but I am very hungry.
I could eat.
I could eat more. I haven't eaten for quite some time.
Then
I'll
Yeah,
tear
Jakob,
off a
perhaps
corner
put
of
the
the bread
bread
as I
away.
walk by. I'm gonna
Then
steal
put-
a little bit as I walk by and go, it's not bad though. And I'll go into the
Oh,
next room.
Perhaps put the bread away so that the lady of the house does not know that you have been pre-eating. It is rude to
That's fair.
come to the table with a full mouth.
Okay. I'll just put it back in my pocket. Save it for later.
Yes, have pocket bread
Which
later.
pocket? Maybe jacket
Uh,
pocket, not pant pocket. Otherwise,
No,
I
he's got
wouldn't put anything near his
like a
armpit.
big
Don't
trench
put-
coat.
don't
Yeah,
put baguette
so-
in pocket, pant pocket.
He put the baguette in the trench coat pocket.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, we go. We go and eat dinner, please.
Yes.
Tomas will return mischief to his pocket.
His
Anyone?
name is Mischief?
Don't
That's
eat
cute.
anything in anyone's pockets. Okay.
No.
Hello, old woman. That's not what I say, but let's keep moving.
37, I'm not old.
Entering the dining room, you see that Märta Karlström has set out bowls and plates for everyone. And at the center of the table is a large pot that seems to be steaming with something very warm and very aromatic. You get a distinct scent of juniper, pine, and mushrooms. Next to it is first a plate of rustic bread. There is no wheat to be found at this table. And then you have a bowl filled with golden butter. Which is odd because you didn't see any cows. So this is clearly imported from somewhere.
Okay.
So it's not human butter.
No.
Excellent.
Are you sure you don't have something going on with your nipples?
Fairly.
You're the one that brought it up.
No. That
Oh,
was
I
just
don't
a
think he
polka dot
was.
data about a
Human
different
butter.
about a different game.
Right.
Yes, and I'm
Um,
still traumatized about that.
Hero pulls out the chair for Clara to take a seat, and he determines which one is is Magda's, and then puts Clara next to Magda and sits on the other side of Clara.
Jakob's just gonna open the lid of the food.
Yeah.
Of the
course.
aromatic smell. Just let's just peek
I will.
inside.
I will slap his hand and just go, bro. Come on.
It
making us
smells
both
so
okay."
good.
I know.
And you can eat some in a minute. Please sit,
Oh.
sit, friends.
Oh, my stomach. And I sit next to Clara at the head of the table.
No. I was mortified. She's like, oh no.
How are you this old and not dead?
I'm not old. I'm only 28.
Could have fooled
And
us.
still-
There's a beautiful seat right over there at the end of the table that screams your name.
Fine, fine. And as I'm walking, I grab the rustic bread
Yeah.
along the way and sit at the other end of the table and lean back in my chair.
Anyone with any form of observational skills can see a little twitch in Karlström's eyebrow, but she is way too polite to call out a guest.
Well, this looks delicious. Thank you very much. We very much appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Would the lady like to serve, or may I
Oh.
may I help all of us?
Oh, do go ahead. If you
Okay.
would be so inclined, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, and I suppose Yusuf kind of doesn't necessarily know like all the like ins and outs of manners, but like he knows kind of like at the very least to kind of act
Yeah.
with humility. And so if he's missing something, he will ask or like look
Yeah.
to probably hear off like this, right? Yeah, okay. And kind of serve accordingly and then kind of sit. Yeah, once he's served everyone's food first.
Thank you, Hero.
This is nice.
No.
No, thank you, Yusuf. That's me. I'm thanking myself.
Thank you,
Yeah.
me, for being so good.
I am very fancy. Thank you, Yusuf. And thank you, Magda. To the he raises his glass of water to the chef.
Oh.
Yes, to the chef.
Thank you very
so,
much.
Mistress Karlström, if I could, without wanting to spoil a pleasant meal with talk of business, but if you wouldn't mind, now that we are all assembled, giving us the inside
Absolutely.
track on what is going on here.
Oh, absolutely. I would be delighted. So, first of all, I would like to. We do have. As far as I understand, you are from
Uppsala.
Yes, a big city. Yes, as you might have noticed on your way here, our customs are not the same as in the major cities. We are very much isolated, and for most of us, that is fine. We enjoy not having to deal with the hustle and bustle of industry in such a matter.
with a mouthful of bread. He's like, "Yep, no, that's pretty spot on. They're a bit annoying. Not gonna lie."
The other eyebrow is now twitching as well on her, but she's like, "Yes, I guess."
Writhing
Duh.
tentacle of eyebrow.
Yes.
Just veins. Yeah.
Yeah. However, with being isolated the way we are, as comfortable as it can be, we do have our fair share of troubles. And one of those, yes, and one of those troubles is a being that has come to visit us from time to time, and I do believe it started when we got a new vicar. He traveled in from, I do not remember what city he's from, but when he arrived, things started going very wrong. And I fear that the beast that came along with him is the reason behind the poor men's departure.
Could I clarify something, my lady? I'm sorry. You are saying that you believe that a priest, Catholic?
Oh, no. Absolutely not. We do not deal with those. No, he's Protestant like the rest of us.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Yes, that is me. But
Takes the
point
yarmulke
is...
off his head, mops his brow
yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Protestants.
That's the reason
yes.
I did my prayers in choir, bitch. I say, you think he brought the beast with him from a city? I just want to make sure I understand.
Well, that is the only conclusion I can draw. The beast was not here before he arrived. Unless he was drawn here by the vicar being here. But I am not learned in these things.
Whenabouts was this that he arrived?
Oh, maybe a year or two ago.
And does he still live here?
Oh, yes, he is. He does.
When
There-
did the occurrences begin then? A year ago as well?
Well, we have had people that live around here discussing that a large beast roams the area around the churchyard. Maybe
For the
once.
same amount of time.
Yes. Ever since he arrived, there has been occurrences happening. Maybe once or twice per month or so.
At any particular
At the
time
same
of the
time?
month?
Come to think of it,
Full
It's-
moons, for example.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Like the one that is tonight.
Oh, well, we normally don't really think about that. But yes,
No, of course not.
now that you mention it,
Now, Josh may be wrong.
Yep.
But did not ladies used to use the moon for exactly that purpose?
Yeah, I'm also like quite sus of her right now. Can we do some checks? She's like, oh yes, now that you mention it,
I never think about the moon, literally ever.
yes,
Oh, so wild. Yeah, would that be observation?
yes, it would be. So anyone of you want, you can make an observation check.
Yeah.
I would love to.
So just to clarify how we would actually roll, so I've got a 2 in empathy, which is probably why Yakov is ignorant to a lot of things, but 1 in observation. Does that mean I'm rolling 3 dice or 4?
4.
So it's
Yeah, I've
2
got a
for
4 in
empathy.
empathy.
1 as basic, everybody gets 1. And then,
And
you
then
roll what you
whatever-
want.
7, baby.
Okay,
And a
so
2
then
in
whatever's...
observation, so that would be 7.
7 as well.
Ooh, love to
Let
roll.
me find my dice
I rolled
roller.
5 and got fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I have
one.
I have 3 successes.
Nice.
In typical Jakob scenario, he's rolled 2 1s and 2 2s.
Nice.
Nice.
Stable, consistent. I like
So
it.
you
I
just
didn't roll anything.
I have rolled a 6. I rolled
I rolled-
1 6 out of 7.
I rolled 4 3s
Yeah, same.
and a 1.
Okay,
Like,
so
this whole time, Jakob's just slurping the soup out of the bowl, like he's not even using a
Yeah.
spoon.
Yeah,
he's
bless
just, like,
him. Yeah. Just enjoy the soup.
so let me see. Yusuf and Thomas and Clara got successes, and Clara got 3. So Yusuf and Thomas, you realize that she's not telling the truth. Most of it is true, but not all of it. Clara, being a woman yourself, you're like, obviously she knows what time of the month it is. Come on. And there is absolutely something she is definitely not telling you at all. She
Alright.
is like very much trying to omit certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I
Clara.
think I'll just look at Clara and just
Yeah.
kind of go like, "Oh, you're doing."
Yeah. She will repeat the same like gesture of covering her hand gently to try and like trigger that same like feeling of safety in the lady of the house, and a bit quieter say, now you and I both know that that is not the complete truth of the matter, and I know we don't necessarily inspire a lot of trust as we currently are, but I promise you, we are here for your safety and the safety of the village. And the more we know about the truth of the situation, no matter how ugly it is, the more we can assure you of the success of this mission. And I would like to use my inspiration skill
Okay.
to try and persuade her. And this is my best skill.
Mhm.
I have 9 dice in this.
Nice.
Fuck.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Do
This is my only expertise, guys.
Yeah.
The empath of the group. Okay.
Speaking as somebody who built their character, and I'm pretty confident the only use would have been to investigate the dude that is in a different village, so we're not going to talk to that guy. Because I'm super good at medicine, so I'm all for you doing this.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I have another 3 successes.
Nice.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
with inspiration, you can, and with your inspiration successes and your proximity to her, you see that something seems to be clicking over in her mind, and you can almost hear the quick fire thoughts going as she assesses the situation, and then looks back at you and says, like I said, I don't like to gossip, but I do believe that the beast is connected to the church. And being people as that you are, where you're from and what you work with, I do believe that the beast itself is what's called a church grim. Why?
Church Grim.
Yes.
Do we know of that?
Anyone want to make a learning test?
Ooh,
No.
don't mind if I do.
I can
Yeah.
do that.
Funny enough, that's actually one of Jakob's good stuff.
Nice.
So, alright, so 4 for logic.
What do you roll
plus-
for learning?
Your logic and then your learning.
And then
Wait,
plus
yes.
1.
Okay,
Yeah, and then
That's
plus
7
one.
so that
dice.
would be
Let's go.
5
Two-
for me.
2 successes for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Only 1 success. For me.
2 successes for Jakob.
Also, petition to get Geo more dice.
Give me 2 seconds, I'll get more dice.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, I do not buy for a second that he only has a few.
Because I saw him rolling the same d6 over and over and over. Kitty cam! Kitty cam! There's a kitty. There's a kitty.
Kitty, kitty.
Kitty.
Oh, yeah, that's
Kitty
pretty
cat.
cool.
Oh, baby.
Let me wait till Geo comes back.
I'm the only person
I
on
can
this
hear
stream
you
who
guys.
doesn't have a
It's all
cat.
good.
Delicious, Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
you've
hear
got
you
an
guys.
adorable
Rabbit.
bunny and you've got Siri.
which are like a cat. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, you've got a long-eared cat.
I'm gonna roll is 8
Yeah.
on physics.
Mine is in his box,
I
sleeping.
think I have the
Burden.
youngest cat though.
Yeah. I was about to say I think I have the oldest, but I'm not sure. Mine is 9.5.
Dude's 15.
Yeah.
What
But
attracts
all
us.
my others. No, Traxxas is nearly 3, but dude's 15. I've got a 15-year-old kitty.
Mhm.
And what are you? 7-week-old kitty? What I've got is too many kitties.
Or
Sorry.
not enough.
I just noticed his water bowl's empty, so I'm good.
No, it's fine. So what did we get?
2.
Two
for me.
successes for Jakob.
2 for Hyreth and 1
None
for
for me.
Clara.
0 for me.
Those of you who got 2, which is Hyreth and Jakob, you remember that a church grim is a creature created to protect a church from any possible threat, perceived or real. And
Well, got to the bottom of that one. Nicely done, guys. Well done.
and if the vicar is the one who created it, there might be something worth protecting under the church.
So,
Or-
do we know
Who's
the
gonna tell the
process
Jew?
by which? Do we know the process by which one creates? Could you do it by accident, or is it very much a deliberate? Okay, I'm going to make myself a grim.
It
Obviously,
is
that's a good idea.
It's an elaborate ritual. You cannot
Right.
make one by accident. You need.
Is it
Yeah.
deeply, deeply sacrilegious as far as a Protestant would be concerned?
Oh, hell yes. It is a
Mhm.
very, very pagan ritual.
You have to,
That-
the entire ritual, sing I've been working on the church, Grim. That's like one of the most important things.
I mean, it's very possible, but basically what you need is a dead animal that you bury in the church for this specific purpose.
So I guess after
So-
she mentions Church Grim, that's when like Jakob will put down the bowl and sort of like in a very deadpan way, be like, okay, what makes you certain that it is a Church Grim? Because those are pretty nasty creatures.
And the creation of one would be firmly against the teachings of a good Protestant man.
It's just my guess, really, because it seems to be bound to the church and the graveyard, or the churchyard, and well, it didn't show up until after the vicar moved in. We did have a vicar before, but he retired and moved back to the city, and then we were without a shepherd, so to speak, for a few years before this one moved in.
Thomas, please.
Yes. Does this creature manifest every full moon, or just some?
I have not personally seen it myself, so I would not know. But those who have seen it, well, when we asked around after that horrible incident with the poor, what's his name? Oh, Lindsköld. Well, that poor boy Nils, when he fled out of here. I asked around some, and from what I know, people have seemed to have seen it during the full moon.
Any
Yes.
pets
Could I
gone
possibly
missing?
make a empathy test based on what she said of like, I haven't seen it, I don't have anything to do with it, abba dabba dabba.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
So what would that be?
I'm
That
Observation.
observation? Uh-huh. Okay. So that's 7.
In the same token, can Jakob do an investigation or learning check, sorry, to ascertain if, from his understanding of Church Grimm's, leaving people, when he perceives them as a threat, like leaving them in a psychosis state or something where they are incoherent?
Yeah, definitely you can do that.
Yeah. Another 7 dice, let's go.
I'll happily roll for this, but my question is, do people often see these things? My understanding was you only see it if it's about to eat you, or you're somewhat special like us.
Yeah, no. If it's hunting you or if you have the sight, you would see it. No one else would really know of it.
So the fact that several people around the village have seen it is
special.
Interesting.
right.
Yeah. 2 successes for my empathy.
Yep.
Observation.
Likewise.
And 4 successes for the learning.
Nice. So let's start with the empathy one. She's lying. She's straight up with 2 successes. She's straight up lying. She knows about this creature. She has heard of it, seen it before. She might even know more about it than she's trying to tell you about. With 4 successes in learning, you know that from your readings about it that a church grim can drive someone mad just by meeting your gaze. Straight from I'm sane as sane can be to straight to the asylum mad with one look.
So
Okie
totally
dokie.
on track.
So I suppose
they-
we should just go then. We should just go home. Because you're wasting our time, love.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been very polite. I've tried my best to understand the situation, but I have limited patience for people that are trying to obscure truths.
Madam, you must understand that if we are not kept appraised of the situation, if we do not have all the information that you have, that you could possibly give us going forward, that may mean lives are at stake.
Well,
One
put
of us
simply,
or more could die.
you
This
just
stew is
simply
lovely,
don't
by
have
the way.
people willing to do the work that you need done. I'm not willing to put my life on the line for half-baked information. So I ask you again, as politely as I can, please speak straight with us. Or I'm walking out.
My colleagues are very perceptive. It is the curse/burden of those who can see these things. Have you seen this thing? Because when you can see one, you can see all.
Well, being as you are, I hope you do understand why I'm reluctant to reveal such information to you. But yes, I should have been straightforward. I have seen this beast. Not clearly per se. I've seen the eyes that Mr. Lindehall described, the red glowing eyes in the dark. I have seen the outline of a beast the size of a draft horse.
Linda Holt described things.
Well, when he raced through the village, he was screaming something about red glowing eyes. I imagine that that's not really describing things, but yes.
Very well.
Am I getting based
continue.
on my rolls that she's like now giving the information, or do I need to roll again for that?
No, she's telling the truth now.
Likewise,
Okay.
based
Yeah.
on my learning, would I know that red eyes are a feature of the church grimes, or is that not?
Glowing eyes overall is a feature. Red, blue, dark green, basically any like stark contrast color. It from with your massive success, you would know that it kind of depends on the animal used to create one and also the color of their eyes in life.
Okay.
But it would, like, a cat would either have like blue, green, or red eyes. A dog would have brown or green. Yeah, it would depend on the animal used to create one.
But it is still possible that this one could potentially have red eyes and
Yeah.
in connection to what is. Yeah, cool.
With
Yes.
your 4
That hasn't
successes,
been
you pretty much have the Grim on speed dial. You can just call him up and
Yeah.
ask, hey, what color
Yeah.
are your eyes, babe?
Basically.
So Hiroth is actually now his suspicious side has come in,
Mhm.
and I'm wondering, could this description match anything else? Because
yeah,
it seems too easy. It's all
Uh,
wrapped up in a neat little package. We get here, the first person we speak to in the village tells us exactly what it is. That spells out the solution relatively simply. We go, we talk to the priest, we say, hey, that grim of yours, maybe turn it off.
the only
and there we go, done.
the only other beast you've probably read of is a werewolf. Might match the time of the month where sightings were reported to have happened.
Large thing, glowing eyes,
Yeah.
terrifying.
So,
Question on this same vein. It would be very convenient for the village to have this beast that suddenly attacks, but the people who come from von Meyer, would it be like logic or observation to try and like from the information she pieced together to understand if this is like orchestrated specifically to drive them away, or they're also like suffering from this?
Well, it's been going on for over a year now. Von Myers didn't start coming until
Yeah.
recently, right?
sightings
Yeah,
has
but
been going on
all we
for
know
almost.
about this is her saying that people were like suffering all this time, but no information of that came to the mainland, which is why Clara's a bit sus.
So,
It also occurs to me that these things attack things that are perceived as threats. We could easily be perceived as threats. He looks
I'll take the
meaningfully at
compliment.
Yusuf.
Yeah. Like, oh, thanks.
Is it odd that
Yes.
people in the village can see it?
yes,
Yeah.
the sight is not common at all.
So very quietly to Hieroth, I believe. Yeah, Hieroth. He's just going to. Don't you find it a little odd that
Deeply.
people have reported seeing the creature?
Yes. That is very strange.
Can you
If
please
it
tell
was-
us? Oh, go on.
No, if it was
Mm.
truly a creature of supernatural origin, we wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh, there's a thought.
Could you please
We
tell us?
literally have a dog. We could be the Scooby Gang, guys.
We could. What do you know about the priest? He's been here for a year and doesn't seem like you are in the best relationship.
Ouch.
To be honest, he please hold while the GM finds the name of the priest. To be honest, we are not on the best of terms with our new vicar. He seems to not really understand that a village such as ours have deep roots in nature as well as with our good Lord. And he does not seem too willing to work with both. We have
Isn't that a bit of a contradiction? If he's made a grim.
Yeah, it seems like he dabbles in pagan rituals himself. Then.
So which is it?
Here we go. Village priest Ingvar Nyström. So Mr. Nyström, Vicar Nyström. I do not understand what goes through the mind of such a holy man. Perhaps he created this beast to protect against the dangers of the nature itself. Perhaps he just enjoys being the head of the church in this remote part of our land.
But he talks of God and how God is all one needs, not this nature. And then
Does she believe what she's saying? Observation. May I make an observation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
She is speculating at this point, but yeah.
Yeah.
I would also like to observe this lady.
Finally succeeded on an observation. Just the one success. Does she believe what she is spouting?
I also have one success.
She seems to partially believe what she is saying, yes, but she also seems a bit conflicted. It could come down to that. What's it called? The I want to say dichotomy, but I don't think that's the correct word I'm looking for. That conflict between creating a church grim and being a man of God.
That's a dichotomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so anyway.
Yeah. It wasn't exactly the word I was looking for, but it fits. So
Yeah.
let's go with that one. She also seems...
Logical fallacy, certainly.
Yeah. Cognitive dissonance was what I was looking for. The being okay with using a pagan ritual to create a church grim to protect and being against pagan rituals and nature. It's it. What?
Mm-hmm. What
And if
time
so,
of day is
why
it?
would he do it?
It is...
It's nighttime.
Yeah, it's nighttime. It's starting to become pretty late.
But
So
yeah,
yes.
if he is creating this thing to protect the village, the question is from what?
And
He is
why can the
protecting it
village
from
see it?
the very notion of yes, this as well. Mistress Karlstrom,
Yes.
you've seen this creature. Have you in your past encountered anything else of the supernatural before? When one acquires the sight, it is normally quite a traumatic experience. It is encountering some fell beast or otherwise, and surviving to tell the tale. Have you experienced any other?
That is a very personal question, but I shall say that yes, I have, and I would like to leave it at that.
Is she being truthful?
Yes. You don't need a roll to see that she is being truthful.
Know then that you are in good company there.
I
all
appreciate
those
that.
who sit around this table have had a similar experience or five. And we know what it is to have done so. So, it affects everyone in different ways. He nods, he sort of tilts his head towards Jakob slightly.
And Jakob is like had lifted up his glass in agreement with what he said and did drink it down. I just don't have a glass with me, so I just used a can.
Yeah.
That would explain things, yes. Understandable.
I thank you. It is
I
still.
go ahead.
I don't know the demographic situation. At this point, Heroth would say to Thomas, I don't know the demographic situation. Perhaps it is a little different out here in the back country. Perhaps more people are encountering these things out here. Possible.
It could be. I know we've had a rather long day, and the lady has so.
Oh yes, nighttime is always the
graciously-
best time to encounter these things.
Yes, the lady has so graciously given us room and board, but it's the full moon. This creature lurks during the full moon. I would suggest that
Need say no more. Let's go for a walk.
Yes.
I was thinking less a walk, more a I don't know what they'd
Shadow?
call it at that time, but stakeout.
A ramble. Well, we have to walk to get there. We're not
A
going to
potty
teleport.
wumble.
So an excursion would be nice.
An excursion.
If
Come
I
on,
would
Shadow,
advise-
walk east.
I would advise if we go have a look, just make sure we don't seem threatening. Threatening is
Oh,
Well, how else are we going to
subjective.
draw it out?
Well, and he pulls out his bottle. There's many ways a drunken person across the street can appear innocent enough. Just stumbling in the church
fine?
looking for a god.
You can't find him at the bottom of a bottle, you might as well check in a church.
And then that's when he kind of looks at Hyroth and sort of gives a wink, and then gets ready, gets up, stands up. Well, milady, that was a pretty good meal. Got to say, stuffed myself up quite full.
Stop talking.
Let
Shall
us
we go?
for a ramble.
I'll tip my. Actually, he would have had his hat off.
You would
but
Yeah.
as
not
he
have had
kind
your
of
hat
puts-
on at the
yeah,
table.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I said that.
Oh, yeah, Jakob did.
as
He's got a
he-
fedora.
as he puts it-
so...
As he puts it back on, he'll just go, and yeah.
Clicks his heels twice, like leaping into the air, and then takes his chimney sweep over his shoulder and leaves.
Yeah, Clara would do a courtesy and also leave, trying to ushering in front of her Jakob so that he doesn't say anything else.
Monsters gather around. This drunk's quite drunk.
Oh no.
The outside the night is quite a bit colder than before, and you can see that mist is forming from your breath. It's not freezing yet, but it is starting to get quite chilly. The moon has moved across the sky quite a bit, and the shadows are longer and more grasping than before, seemingly covering the ground in long, dark tendrils.
Well, friends, I know for myself it is a few days since I last paid my obedience to our Lord, so shall we?
Does the church usually close? I think this is quite late.
Oh, a man of the cloth is never off the clock.
All right.
Do churches close?
particularly if he's running around dressed like a church grim.
I'm not
I really,
religious
really,
myself,
really
so
hope.
yeah. Here with
Nothing
I
ventured,
will
nothing
trust
gained.
you.
If
Yeah.
worst case scenario, we get good company and crisp air. Could be worse.
Adana, at this point, I would like to ask you what limitations I have on how I perform magic.
So,
I am an occultist.
Ooh, type of
so
magic.
magic is very elaborate and takes a long time. Normally, casting magic is a ritual.
Mm.
So you would need at least an hour to set up and perform a ritual. But we can check those in because I see that we have been streaming for almost 2 hours now. So it would be a good time for a short break, I think. And
works for me.
we can look up how to do the specific ritual that you are looking for in the meantime.
Excellent.
Because it would take a long time to do. Magic is not like in D&D, you just snap your fingers and it happens. You need to do a ritual.
Like I'm assuming, like draw the sigils and
Yes.
like, prepare things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So even as an occultist, the only time you would actually be able to instantly cast magic is if you have a magic item, which is like, if you want to compare it to D&D, finding a magic item in Vaesen is finding a legendary artifact in D&D.
Fair. No, all he wants to do is sort of create some kind of spell or do some kind of ritual to see if he can see any supernatural traces of a creature around the graveyard.
Yeah, we can absolutely do a tracing ritual, but it would take about an hour to set up and complete such a ritual. But we're gonna take a short 5-10 minute break because we've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. So
Oh no, did I just miss it? If I'd waited 2 more minutes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break. We were just talking about magic items in Vaesen, and I told them that magic items in Vaesen are about, like, a common magic item in Vaesen is about as rare as a legendary artifact in D&D.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
cool.
And
the fact that my ornamental bone pipe is one, that's odd.
It is. It really is. And also, Thomas is going to be creating a ritual basically to detect magic, and it's going to take about an hour to set up and complete that ritual.
Oh, that's fine. That gives Jakob enough time to realize that his bottle's empty and head back inside to grab another bottle of wine to come back outside. So
yes, but yeah, we're gonna take a 5-10 minute break, do unhydrate, rehydrate, grab a snack, all that fun stuff, and we shall be right back.
Hells yeah.
Ooh. small one.
Hello, everyone. Welcome on back, cat. That's my food. Go away.
Okay.
My cat was like, "Oh, pretzel.
Hello,
I
everybody. Welcome
want."
back. Fuck off, cat.
Now my cat loves
same
soft
sentence.
pretzels, and I have one, and he was like, "Oh, mine." No, not yours.
Not yours.
And
Everything is for pets, dummy.
yes,
Everything.
and I was
Oh my
going
god.
to.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
It's fine. Cat just leapt off the top of my head and face planted onto the tiles.
Oh no.
No,
And
average
learned
cat
nothing.
behavior there. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, cat lovers unite.
Yes. Cats
Evolution.
are amazing dorks, and I love having this precious one here. But yes, one thing I
sorry.
forgot to
Heavily
mention.
cold and terrified.
Yep.
Don't know.
Uh,
It's currently sleeping. Wait, I don't know if you can see it.
aw, kitty.
Alright, sorry.
I forgot to mention that with your fantastic learning success over there, you would also know that the only way to get rid of a church grim is to find the remains and burn them.
I'm assuming Jakob would have known that with,
Yeah.
with all those. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I just forgot to mention that. But yeah, you would have known that with that amazing learning success. You need to find the body of the animal used and burn them. Preferably put it out with holy water, but not necessary. You're not really going to find all that much holy water in a Protestant church.
And Jakob relays all this to everybody as
Yep.
as I'm assuming Thomas is setting up their ritual.
Yeah.
Jakob is just relaying all the information he knows about church grims and how to deal with them and
Yep.
whatnot.
A Protestant font tends to still be consecrated water. Like that's.
Yeah, that's true.
Stop fighting my
Uh,
Jakob look at the bottle of wine that he pinched. I mean, this is probably would be my holy water, but I guess that ain't gonna work, ain't it?
Probably not.
Mazel
I feel
tov.
like I
Pops
should
it-
be
pops it open.
exempt. I feel like I should be exempt from this. Because
You don't have to go into the church if you don't want to.
no, I don't mind. I was just talking about, in terms of what he's talking about. We're the ones who hung him up, so. Well, the Romans were, but you know what I'm saying.
Wait.
You
Oh.
could.
Oh, let's go. I
was-
agree. I
My
assumed we were
understanding
going
was-
as we were talking.
yeah, you go.
Do we know that that you're Jewish?
Whatever. I'm tired.
I think
I'm
we do-
making
we
some
do
awkward
now.
choices.
Yeah. I mean, if you worked together before, you would probably know.
I didn't know
This-
you were Italian.
Yeah.
The society is a lot more accepting of people's differences than society in general.
Yeah.
Mostly because you can see stuff that would normally put you in asylum if you talked about it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure he would have, but let's roll with it and imagine like he just kind of said it casually. But to be honest, it's not like really a secret with these dudes. It's more just like, hey, just in case this makes you uncomfortable, I'm gonna do it elsewhere. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's
Yep.
do other
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Over at the churchyard, as Thomas is setting up the ritual to see if he can find any traces of this church grim and where it's prowling, what are the rest of you doing? I mean, Jakob is probably looking for the wine.
Oh no, Jakob has his bottle of wine that he's pinched from the sawmill from the dinner table. So he's pinched that bottle of wine, and because his bottle of whiskey is empty, and he's sort of like, funny enough, despite all his drinking, he's actually walking very fine. Like, he's kept up well, and it just sort of looks at everyone's like, well, it's up to you. I mean, I can grab the vicar's attention. I mean, who would turn away a homeless man looking for some residence that's a little bit on the drunken side?
Can you clarify for me? You said something about burning something or other. Like, what exactly do we need to do?
Oh,
If we
yeah,
go-
so, Church Grims. Straightforward monstrosities. You need to find the bones or the animal that was used to summon them, burn those bones, preferably with holy water, but it's not necessary, and then you're good to go. Bada
Right.
bing, bada boom, Bob's your auntie, and I'm on the next bottle of whiskey.
Okay, here's the thing. If this dude is supernaturally or not, actually not a fan of newcomers, and you're by yourself, that means it might take a second for us to come help you.
Speaking of that, if we are concerned about seeing as a threat, I think a drunk gentleman and a lady would not seem very dangerous. So I'm willing to go with Jakob and talk to the priest while the people inspect the churchyard.
And you could just say that you're just helping me out for a place to stay the night instead of finding me. You found me on the streets.
Well,
Drunk
I
and
practically
alone.
did, yes.
And I have another question. Do we know what animal this thing might be? Because I can get Shadow to work. He knows most beasts.
I think that's the issue. We don't know because the church grim looks after the creature it was buried and used with.
Right.
So until
Would-
we see it, we probably won't know.
Would we know
No,
if the
okay.
church grim sort of takes a form of shape akin to the animal that it would have been used to? Like, for instance, like when you look at a dog and a cat, like some features, or is it just straight up looks like a golem?
No, it would
how they
look
actually look.
like pretty similar to the animal used to summon it. So there would be a distinct difference as far as you know from your learnings or from your readings that yes, it would look very similar to the animal used to summon it.
Cool.
So
One-
yep.
Sorry. One final
I
question.
recall her saying.
When the Grim manifests, like I'm assuming it goes somewhere and manifests when needed. Does it?
Yep.
Does its manifestation originate from the grave of the creature that was buried to create it?
It would manifest. I would say yes. The
Excellent.
stat block isn't really clear on it, but yeah, I would say yes. It has to
Excellent.
rise
Plan
from
B.
somewhere. So
Okay.
Plan B.
So
Do we-
the player character of me is fading a little bit and is not quite understanding. You two are going to get picked up by priest, and we are going to look around. But ultimately, we are trying to do what? What's the goal? Just so I understand.
To figure out if it is really the grim, and if so, persuade the priest to stop using it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
that
an
sounds easy enough.
also important point, the priest felt it necessary to create it in the first place, so he has already given this some thought. We are going to banish this one, but we can't stop him making another, so the important point is actually to stop him doing it again. He can do it once, he can do it again. And next time he will view us a threat.
Hirith, would you prefer to stay here with the explorers or go with us to negotiate?
Hiroth. Hiroth is torn as fuck.
I think we might be pretty safe if we do not bring up the church grim to his face while we're there. I think we'll just go suss him out, see what his feelings on the goings on are, and reconvene. And if you guys find something, we confront him all together.
Don't accuse him of anything without
No,
us.
no. We do not go there, just the two of us, trying to accuse anyone of anything. Is that clear?
Scout's honor.
Lovely.
I think so.
No,
Just
no,
be.
Jakob.
Just be. Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead.
I said, no, Jakob. You take care of Miss Clara.
I mean, kind of the opposite.
On
but
my
yeah,
life.
okay.
Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen.
How I'm
I ain't that
worried.
much of a fool.
We'll be back shortly. If we're not,
Yeah.
then bust down the doors.
Clara, take care of Stinky Pants.
Will do.
Tomas is actually going to take mischief out of his pocket, Clara, and hand him to you.
Oh, hello.
Just, yeah.
Screams.
Basically, it's dangerous to go
Screams,
around.
throws them in.
Yeah, basically, it's dangerous to go alone and take this with you. Just, and he's going to say to Tomas, "Now defend her if she gets into trouble." And give him a little pat with one finger on the head.
Yeah, it is very
Grab.
flattering to know that you think that I will be protected by a drunkard and a weasel, guys. Thank you very much for the vote of confidence.
Again, once again. Who? Yeah, sure. Okay, yep. And I will give an apologetic look to Clara and go like, yeah. I mean, you're clearly looking after them. But yeah, sure.
Heroth gives you a look and a smile of, you know what I was doing.
Yeah. Right, reverse psychology.
Tomas has missed the point.
Not that one.
Patriarchy is alive and well. Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
Meanwhile, I'm holding my dog back from eating the weasel, so I better get away from him.
Yusuf, do you fancy a turn around the churchyard?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do enjoy a good walk.
Thomas, do you need any assistance with your... And there is just a
well.
twinge of distaste with, like, he is not about Thomas, it's about what Thomas is doing.
To be fair, there is a hint of distaste about what Thomas is doing from Thomas as well.
Nice.
He sort of, do you require any, or shall we leave you to it?
So long as the Grim doesn't consider this a threat, I should be fine. I know.
We will try not to go out of sight of you. Where
I'll
are
I'll just leave Shadow with you. Shadow, you bark if trouble comes, yes?
Here, keep my animal as well, this weak horse.
There's now a
Oh,
horse.
yes, and weak horse is here. Hello, weak horse.
I love that the game specified weak horse, as in, like, this can't carry 8 people!
Very judgy, might I say.
Yeah,
Well,
capable of carrying you and maybe a weasel.
yeah, basically. So, I think that...
I think, by the way, like the shadow kind of resembles some sort of mix. Like it's definitely like a dog that can handle himself. So yeah, like,
Yeah.
You know, I'll put it by it, and he knows to howl if there's anything bad.
Part corgi, part bear.
Before we actually head inside the church itself, you notice Jakob like uncorks the wine bottle, sort of puts a bit on his glove, and then sort of pats it around his face and to kind of mask as if he's been drinking, and then sort of takes a quick swig before pouring out a bit of it, and then takes a deep breath before starts stumbling his way towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Very thorough. Not sure if you needed more of the aroma, but very nice.
Wow, this is looking like a nice house.
Yeah, Clara is trying to act as if she's like under the elbow, like trying to lead him carefully and saying,
Oh, what a lovely lady. Thank you.
"Hello, someone there?
Yep.
We require assistance."
And hear them around the corner. I assume it's just like I'll just kind of go. Just try and keep moving around.
okay. Let me give you an image of what the church interior looks like.
Oh gosh.
And as you walk into the church, it is like all the candles are lit and welcoming, but it is deathly quiet. You can hear the tiny flames sputter on the candles. It is that quiet. You can't hear anything from outside. There's no one moving inside the church. That's
This is a beautiful place.
Liquor? Is anyone here?
Oh, look at the candle! It's dancing.
Terris. Would I be able to use my investigation or observation, whichever, to try and see if anyone is observing us or like moving around in the church?
Now, let's see. What would... You can use vigilance or investigation.
I'll use investigation. I have 7 dice there. Okay.
I quietly stuck something up in the game time chat, by the way.
Okay. I have 2 successes.
Yep. Looking around, you don't hear anything moving around at first. And then you hear like something dripping. And in addition to the scent from the candles, they are very finely crafted wax candles. But there is a sweet metallic scent in the air.
Like blood?
Yes. I would say, as a woman, you would recognize that scent immediately.
Right. How close is the source with my 2 successes? Would I be able to figure that one out?
It's not in the main room that you're in. I don't know church terminology in English, but the main room with the pews and stuff, it's not there. It seems further away. The dripping sound is much closer, however.
The nave is the main
Okay.
sort of length.
Yeah. So there's nothing in the nave per se. It seems to be coming from further in.
Clara will do something dumb.
No, Clara, no.
Yep. Clara will do something dumb.
And then there were 3.
She will turn to Jakob and quite loudly say, "Good sir, I don't think there's anyone here to help us. I think we should leave." And
Yeah,
with her
that's not dumb.
eyes,
That's very smart.
with her eyes, she like points at the doors and tries to slink into the shadows herself. She will not leave. I want to use my stealth to try and investigate before we know what the fuck is going on.
Yep, give me a stealth roll then.
I don't know how good Jakob's stealth is, so I can't really decide for you what to do on this one. How many do I fucking have, by the way? Hold on. I started rolling before I fucking checked. Huh, cool beans. Stealth. 2 + 4 + 1. Oh, that's another 7. Sweet.
Nice.
Yep.
Windy JD&D, thank you so much for the raid, you bloody
yes.
champions.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. We are currently fast approaching the climax of this. 3 successes. You are Shadow. Okay. You just vanish.
You turned into a dog?
No. Yeah. You vanish. Jakob, do you have anything in vigilance or observation?
Observation, I've got 1 skill in that, but if I would go
yeah, no.
Either way, I'll be rolling 4 dice, or if I go vigilance, I'll be rolling 5.
Oh no, I just wanted to see, like, for you, Clara's just gone. She just vanishes.
Well, you said someone was up. Oh, and then like his kind of demeanor like just softens. It's one of those nights, fine. He puts the bottle down, and then he's also going to stealth away.
Okay, roll. Give me
inside the church, or are you leaving?
No, in the church.
Please don't fuck it up.
So I'm rolling 6 dice.
Yep.
Jakob is actually good at stealth.
Good.
That's 3 successes.
Nice. You also become air.
We have 3 for 3. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like from acting like a drunkard, noticing she's going, oh, okay. Guess it's serious time. And then slinks back into the shadows. No.
Meanwhile, out in the churchyard, Thomas, how we?
Wow,
Yes.
the night air is so lovely tonight.
Yes.
Tomas is
you're not gonna
grumbling
kiss
to.
me, are you? Sorry, good.
Oh goodness. Tomas is grumbling to himself as he continues with the ritual. It's quite obvious that he also finds this very distasteful. He does not like magic. He just happens to be blessed with it.
Yeah. And
Great.
Shadow's tail will just kind of beat against your leg just to kind of comfort you a little bit because he'd be an empath dog.
Yeah, he'd just sort of be absent-mindedly every so often reaching down, down, giving him not very far down, giving him a little pat on the head.
Not very far, no.
Emotional support wolf.
Hyrath and Yusef walking around in this churchyard. It seems like the trees are almost trying to walk in on you in this churchyard. And
one might
that's
say
like
it's
a-
a jolly holiday with you, yes.
As in, that's a sort of a turn of phrase. It's not like I don't get any sense of magic from.
oh
these
no, it's just a
trees.
turn of phrase. But like
Okay, right.
the shadows make them seem like they're almost like.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Is it noteworthy that the thing has windows, right? The church
Yes.
has windows.
the church has windows.
Is it noteworthy that there is light coming from the inside?
From what you know of Protestant churches, probably not. Someone is normally they're not as like open all the time as a Catholic church would be at this time, because Catholic churches were also sanctuaries.
Yeah.
But a Protestant church would basically be. Depending on the denomination, but the Swedish Protestant church would have candles burning until basically they burned out, and then you would replace them in the morning. So, because you don't want to climb
will-
up to the chandelier and put them
Not
out.
only
Just
Yeah, no, fair.
even though wax candles can be quite expensive, you don't want to like climb up, put all of them out after going through the trouble of lighting them when it got dark.
Right.
Uh,
So we would note that there is light inside.
yes, you would note that there's
that's
light
odd.
inside.
Okay.
And as you move around the could you please give me a vigilance or observation check, both of you?
Are you asking whomst?
Yusuf and Hyrath.
6 either way. Oh, there's a 6. 1, 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm
Okay.
going to need to
Just
copy
one success.
this.
Oh, I did
Huddled
forget to
puppy.
mention while Thomas is casting. Thomas is casting. He is speaking in a language that may not be entirely human.
Nice.
No.
Well, not nice, but you know.
If any of you are
No.
familiar with it, you would notice that it would be the language of the Fey folk.
Ooh.
You know, in D&D it would be Sylvan, I suppose,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it is distinctly Fey.
There's worse things it could be, but still.
It's not demonic.
As you wander around, when you reach the back, like towards the back of the church, a tree, like the tree starts shaking a little bit, moving back and forth, and this beam or moonbeam would come through the trees and hit a patch just behind the main building of the church, and in it you see this large cat-like shadow being just looming under the pine trees.
Red eyes.
Because it's a cat.
It has reddish yellow eyes. And if you want, you can try to run away or hide.
What would be wise in this situation, knowing what I know of Church Grims? Is there any way to make them bugger off other than burning their corpses?
At this
Like
point,
a ward.
At this point, you don't think that you're a threat to it. You wouldn't think so, because you haven't actually pissed off the vicar. So
Yet. Okay. I think then I take my good friend Yusuf by the arm and sort of, as two gentlemen out for an evening stroll, go, well, I think, no, I've gone the wrong voice there. Well, Yusuf, I think I have had more than enough exercise for tonight. Perhaps we go back and see how Thomas is going.
Okay. Walking casually.
Mm-hmm.
Off we go.
Posing no threat to anyone.
Very, very safe and.
We are extremely kind and nice. Lovely.
Yes.
And I am going to.
We now sound like the drunks.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Walk. It's an unthreatening.
He pulls out a bottle of fine wine. Yeah.
And
we go back to Thomas, and hopefully he is still alive.
yeah, let me show you a.
Still alive?
Yeah, you're still alive. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Great.
That would have made the noise at least.
And
well, we are
this
looking for a cat.
Is what you saw. Let me give
Great.
you the image.
Ooh,
Wonderful.
that's a kitty cat right there.
Oh, it's a little pretty kitty cat.
Oh, it's a little kitty cat.
Oh, it's a good thing you didn't bring Shadow.
What are we saying about the size of horse or thereabouts?
Ooh.
Pony.
About pony, right.
Yeah.
Because the lady Magda said that, and like, yeah, that's a sizable cat.
Yep. There's
Thomas, how you going? Time is a factor here.
And how much longer would I have?
You would
How
say
much longer is it going to take?
I'd say that you're about done. The
Just the finishing touches. Need to light the candle.
Hey. Hey.
Dariya, the
don't.
church bells just started ringing. In the
Yes.
soundscape. I don't know if it's appropriate. Oh my god. Oh, it tingles, Dariya.
Yep.
Dariya.
Just because it's a cat. Hey, stop. Hey, stop it.
Definitely, we don't want to be a threat, Joseph.
That's what I'm telling him. He just has mind of his own sometimes.
and
Oh,
well, as soon as you get back to Thomas, I'm a little bit sad because we only got a few, but the bell at the top of the clock tower starts ringing out. Its sound echoing out over the trees, over the village. Inside the church, you would also obviously hear it a lot clearer than outside. It's almost vibrates the entire building you're in.
Right. What do we see? Because I would very much like to investigate the source of blood.
Yep.
you don't know that. It was dripping. You never questioned the viscosity of the drip.
I smelled the blood. Thank you
And
very
you,
much.
and you heard dripping. You didn't know where it's dripping from, though.
Yes.
You don't know that
So-
the blood is dripping. There might be blood and water is dripping elsewhere. It doesn't have to be connected.
Okay,
Let's
teacher's
not
pet.
jump to
Can I investigate
conclusions.
inside the church before I die?
Yes.
And
So
I also like to investigate to figure out why all of a sudden Carla wanted to make this a stealth mission.
absolutely, as you are hidden, you and your investigation earlier, you can easily follow the scent towards the back of the church, and there is as you come around to where the altar part is, to the side, you do see a trace of a dark liquid. It doesn't look like blood per se, but it's dark. It's almost dry. And one of the candlesticks on the altar has been tipped over and seems to be caked in the same dark, dried substance.
Is both of us seeing this, or just Carla?
Oh, if both of you walked up to it, then both of you see it. It seems to be trailing off towards the... again, I have no idea what it's called in English, where the vicar's changing room.
Yeah.
Vickery.
Since I know
Yes.
that Jakob also decided to stealth, I will like silently like try to show a sign that I'm here and that I want to follow the trail a little bit.
Yep.
Oh,
Jakob
actually, I
would
apologize. It would probably be
come up-
called the cloister.
Ah, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, so Jakob would then join at the altar where Carla is and
Mm.
seeing the dried red. Like, he's gonna lick his fingers and then wipe around where the red part is, try and get it onto his fingers, and then taste it.
Mm-hmm.
It
As
has... it's very distinctly dried blood.
I mean, not my kind of beverage, but that is blood. Fun. Cool. Shall we keep going?
Yeah, the question is if it's Vickers or someone else's.
You're in
Um,
a church, you have wine, what's the difference? Is this blood?
The voice in our heads is just
Funny.
It'd be
It's the
really
same
funny.
thing.
You know
Yeah.
nothing, Jew.
Clara would like quietly whisper to Jakob, let's see what we can find at the changing room, because if there's a new victim, we should bring them to Herath.
Sure. Firstly, do you have anything to protect yourself with, as in a weapon?
I have my walking cane and my sharp wit. I don't fucking fight.
Jakob from the back of his trench coat will pull out a crowbar. Would you
Cool.
like to swap, and I'll take the cane.
Sure.
Cool.
How much blood? On a scale of 1 to all the human
Yeah,
bloody,
1 to human.
How
How
mu-
much?
how much? 1 to all the blood in a human body.
Is on this floor.
Like
Uh,
a lot, or like more than a human can really stand to lose.
in the like by the altar in the nave, it's not a whole lot. It looks like someone might have been hurt and tried to run away. But it leads into the cloister, you call it, the where the vicar changes. And when you get in there, you find the vicar.
Oh, great!
A lot of him.
How much? Yeah, there it
In
is.
what
there
parts
it is.
of the room?
So, as you walk in through the door leading from the nave to the cloister, you see that someone has tried to push something against the door. to keep whatever hurt. Well, judging by the clothing the person was wearing, this is the vicar. And
there's an irony there.
He's tried to push the table against the door, or push a table against the door to block it, but it has been forced open by something or someone very strong. Because this is a really good,
like a cat the size of a pony.
And yeah, sorry.
No, go.
As you look around in this room, you do find that the vicar's arm is hanging from the table, but the rest of him is near the window.
And the window is open.
In a sense,
it's broken.
It's broken.
Okay.
From the inside out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even without rolling investigation, we can surmise that the creature burst in, fucked him right up, and jumped out of the window.
Yes.
Clara does have investigation though as one of the skills.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure, because the church bells are ringing, we know that he's like gone, and the creature is on the loose. But just to make sure, can I find like claw marks or anything that shows that this is indeed the work of the Grim and not like angry villagers?
Roll me an investigation check.
Yeah. It's like a cursory look. I understand that he's super duper dead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 + 4 + 1. That's 7. Okay, sweet.
Meanwhile, Jakob's just going to crack a joke and just be like, well, I guess we don't have to worry about him summoning anymore.
That's true. Oh, two successes.
Okay. With 2 successes, you don't see any claw marks or anything leading, other than on what's left of the vicar. He has been torn apart, basically, by strong, big claws.
So claws on the body are like identifiable. Okay.
Yes. In the hand that seems to still be hanging from the table, you find a piece that looks like it's been ripped out of a really old book. A piece of paper that's been ripped out. And in it, let me see. There it is. It's been crumpled in a hand. So, but the hand is like hanging like this, hold there by the nails on the hand. And it had grasped the paper in the hand before that. And on the paper it says, in really like swirly medieval writing, east of the 3rd great stone to the north is the entrance. Deep in the bowels of Fernstad rests its fell guardian. The path twists and turns, but at the place where the Lord's faith is based lies its resting place. And there it ends, because it was torn out of the book.
Would it be okay for us to receive this in writing?
Absolutely. I shall give you that. Give me a moment and I shall give you the text.
I'm being attacked by my own church, Grim. My God.
Yeah. Clara is a fast reader, so she just like quickly skims that. And looking at Jakob, says, I think we got all that we need. Let's reconvene before we die.
Lead the way, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. We carefully leave the room as we came in, like we never were there in the first place. Zoinks! Zoinks!
As we're leaving, Jakob will pick up the red wine.
Nice. Priorities.
Yes. Yeah, he will pick up the wine that he put down a bit before on the way out and takes a swig.
Is Clara Velma or Daphne?
I don't know, man.
That's tough.
I think I'm Velma.
Yeah, sure.
I
You,
was going
Velma.
to say Daphne, but played by Sarah Michelle Gellar specifically.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
actually, like, yeah.
That's
like
the thing, though.
complex.
About
That's like
Clara,
smart.
she kind of has a little bit of a death wish. So,
Oh,
That
As-
made me
as we-
jump.
Daphne and Shaggy in to do this.
yep, we sure did.
before we do leave, is there any
Sorry.
any
Yes.
holy
Nothing,
water
go ahead.
around?
There's water in the fount, the baptismal fount.
Cool. I
Empty the wine
finished.
bottle.
I empty the wine
You
bottle in
down
my
the
own
wine
stomach.
bottle.
Yeah.
Down the rest of the wine bottle, which is only like a quarter left because I
Yeah.
emptied it out earlier, and I fill it up with some of the water from the fountain.
Yep. Absolutely.
Can drink that.
Meanwhile, out in the churchyard, Thomas, you've
Everything is
managed
super
to.
good.
You managed to.
Fine, there's no red fluid.
No.
Sorry.
Out in the churchyard, Thomas, you have finished the ritual. You were specifically looking for traces of where it would go, or just tracks.
Basically, yeah, just where it is, kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, trying
So-
to determine where what.
The body more than the thing.
Uh,
Yeah.
So when your ritual finishes, it's almost like you see someone walk, or something, not someone, something big walking backwards from your position to the back of the church. And then it swerves a little bit to the back, and then back around the outside of the fence around the churchyard.
So you
To
will follow that.
you eventually.
We're
Sorry?
seeing like a spectral. We're seeing like a spectral version of the Grim
You see the
like,
footprints
retreating.
of the
Okay. Right.
as if it's walking backwards from you.
Mhm.
It looks like it's walked this particular path, but you also see like spidering out to various different areas. Like it takes different paths at different times, but from where you're standing, it walks backwards towards the back, and then around the fence, and then you towards the back, very back of the churchyard, where the fence meets the forest. You see a stack of really large stones, not monolith kind of large, but really large boulders stacked almost like a doorway.
Don't like that.
It's a hard pass from me until we find the others. I am going to go into the church now, and find out who's ringing the bells. Are they still ringing?
They rang out 12 times, but are
Okay.
It's midnight.
Ominous. Not at all.
they have not been ringing since you arrived until midnight.
Okay. Cool.
Would
Cool
this
and
be the
normal.
time when we emerge?
Yeah, you would probably be able to catch up during this time.
At a brisk pace, we
Yeah.
would just power walk close by and say, okay, here's the thing. Vicar, quite dead. I've torn limb from limb.
What the fuck? What did you do?
I did
Yeah, that was
nothing.
impressive. You moved quickly. Or was this the weasel?
It was all the
Uh,
weasel. Oh, it was
Oh,
monstrous.
shit, where's the whistle? Never mind that.
The weasel
Anyway.
pops up from one of your pockets.
Oh, thank God.
Weasel is just blood drenched
Blood
down his
drenched.
chest.
Yeah. But no, Vicar is
Just Carrie, but a weasel. Yeah.
quite dead, courtesy of the Grim, and we found this. And I handed to
You-
Terris.
Do you know it was the Grim?
It
looked quite like the Grimm's work. I also found claw marks on the body, and he was gripping this piece of paper, which I think he was trying to destroy the Grimm, maybe? I don't know.
Cool. You don't make something like that and without knowing how to break it first.
Yeah, but I think it
Well-
knew to survive more than it needed Vicar.
Well, he would have viewed him as a threat. I wonder
Which
why he
is-
had a change of heart.
Which is odd out of character if he'd made it.
Yes.
Unless he
Oh.
perhaps wanted to protect something, and then he had some civilian casualties,
Yes.
and in response wants to remove it because it's now become a threat to society. It would
Or
make
it
sense.
was not the vicar that made it.
Well, we can't ask him now unless your magic is capable of talking to the dead.
I don't care if it is. Don't do that.
No, I'd rather not do that. I think I found
What
its
was that
resting
sound?
place.
Yeah, I heard that too. I think
I
we
also
have found
heard
where.
that.
Dariya, it was,
Omi-
it was
Very scary noise.
Ominous growl, an ominous growl.
Yeah.
Nice.
100%.
I was also saying it out loud so that Dariya knew
Thank
that
you.
that was her thing.
Yep.
Um. So, Joseph and I, we found the creature. How you say he was dead? How long? Do you have any ideas?
The blood was dried. What would you say, Jakob?
Yeah.
Dry blood, 3-4 hours tops.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I could still taste it, so it has to be somewhat fresh.
Yeah, and the body
Sorry,
didn't
I
don't
beg
have
you.
much yet.
But you ingested the blood.
What doesn't he ingest? Come on.
You
But-
tell me how to
That's-
distinguish a viscous state of liquid.
Oh, it was quite dry. It was almost flaky when you you wet your
Oh, okay.
fingers to get it up. It was almost
Was-
flaky, but yeah.
That would be
It's
more
more
like
ate
10, 12
ate
hours.
it rather than drank it. So yes.
So he did not die today.
Or much earlier
Well,
in
not-
the day.
Not this evening.
Yeah. And if he died
We
this
saw
evening.
him.
Yes.
We saw the Grim, Joseph and I.
Oh, did you?
a
Did it look
cat.
bloody? Like the claws or anything?
To be
I
fair,
don't know,
we
did
kind
it?
of saw it for about 20 seconds and then we quickly.
Oh, we
Back
about
off.
faced and walked right away from it, saying how not a threat we were.
Did you see what
no, and I'm-
creature it was?
A cat.
Big cat.
I do.
A cat the size of a small
Believe-
pony.
I do believe I may have found its potential resting place. My ritual wasn't. Yeah, my ritual was not. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, my
Complete?
ritual was. Yeah, whatever. I was useful after all, perhaps. Don't quite like the surroundings that I've been led to, but perhaps we should look for
What did
yonder.
that
Lead on.
paper? What did that paper say?
It says about great stones, which would indicate this thing, probably.
I would say
Um,
they were great stones.
Are we all able to look at the door, Dana? Like, is
Mhm.
that a thing?
Yeah,
We can all see
absolutely.
that?
Great Stone is the north.
Qu-
To the
um,
north.
qu- in regards to a church grim, and going back on, if I need to make another investigation, I learned one. I would. Do I happen to know the speed at which they can move at? Like I guess the physicality of like their actual feat of what they're capable of, or even for instance like how well are their eyes perceive? Like, can they see things clear like how a cat would see and night has got a good night vision, or
Mm,
like knowing that it's cat based?
yeah,
is it
knowing
gonna
that
be-
it's cat based, give me a Actually, I want to add something here. I'm going to give you an advantage, which means that you get an extra die on this learning thing.
Cool.
Nice.
So that's
Because
8 dice I'm rolling.
yeah, so because you have done your
Initial.
Homework.
the homework, so you get an advantage.
1,
I have a
2,
question when that's finished as well.
Yes.
3 successes.
Yep. Yusuf?
Nice.
Okay, basically it's just making sure that we're not accidentally screwing ourselves because there's a door. And am I right in saying that it's just kind of it seems out of place? Am I right in saying this?
Yes.
Like it's just there. Right.
It-
So maybe this is an obvious question. Again, it's quite late for me. Deep in the bowels, sorry, east of the third great stone to the north is the entrance. What I want to analyze, and you can either tell me or I can roll, is specifically the wording because it says the entrance, and then deep in the bowels of Farnster, I'm probably butchering that, rests its fell guardian. So what I'm trying to figure out is there's an entrance, and then there's what I'm reading into this is there's an entrance to something, but that may not necessarily be the body where the body is. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'm trying to
Heroth
make
is
sure
right
I
there with
understand.
you on this, because Heroth's reading of this. I would like to make an investigation check, because Heroth's suspicion is the path twists and turns which we have observed that it does, but the place where the Lord's faith is based lies its resting place, which is what we're looking for. Like a light in the dark, I don't know, a moonbeam arcing down from the sky. I think where it was is right underneath where we saw it, where Yusuf and
That's
Heroth
basically what
saw
I'm trying to figure out. Like the door does not necessarily equate. So I'm not that good at investigation. I will roll though if you think I need to, Adana. But you tell me what I think I should. You think I should roll. So I'm just trying to make sure I
First,
understand
Jacob, with 3 successes, you do recall that some of the characteristics are taken on by the church scream. So a cat would have pretty good dark, like they can see pretty well in the dark, as long as there's a light source of some form. Like, for instance, the moon. And they are generally very fast. Much faster than a human. So for a Church Grim to catch up to a running human would not be a problem.
I've got to think of what Jakob would say in like in like knowing this information, so you can do what you guys need to do first.
I'd say I love that sound.
Yeah.
It's spectral voices.
Yeah.
Is like the ghostly is the sound you're hearing.
Yeah. So Yusuf and Hyroth, you wanted to do a investigation check?
Yes, please.
if I have to.
If it makes sense. I'm quite good at it.
Yeah.
Maybe I just give the key. If it's investigation, there's kind of not much point. So I just kind of open the window for for him, if that is what it is.
Yep, sure, absolutely. Let's do that one. And considering that both of you saw the Grim, I'd say Hyroth, you also get an advantage. So 1 extra die.
Enough of that, Siri. Thank you. Oh, finally. So I rolled a total of 8 dice.
Yep.
And 6 of them were 2.
Yay.
One was a 3. It's an impressive number of 2s. And one was a fucking 6. The last one.
Nice.
was 6.
Nice. With your investigation check, it would, and from what you remember of the quick glimpse you saw of the beast, is that while it seems to be having moved out of this place, the tracks also lead from where you saw the Grim first.
Hmm.
So it has
Might-
come here as
Originate.
well, but it doesn't seem to always originate from this place.
So we probably do have to go into the cave. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no! What I mean is that where you saw the Grim,
Mm-hmm.
like when you investigate the tracks, the spectral tracks that you're seeing, most of
Yeah.
them seem to originate from where you saw it,
There.
and not
Right,
the
okay.
cave.
Right.
Right. That's
Ooh.
okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad I was on the right page.
Yusuf,
then.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Yusuf, I think this Clara has actually provided us with the key here. This is Thomas, without wanting to invalidate your investigations, it is helpful
Yes.
because you are seeing these footprints here. Most of them are, in fact, originating from here, where
Yes,
Yusuf and I first saw it.
whatever is
think-
there is probably what it was trying to protect.
I think its apparition this evening was different to, and not necessarily related to the killing of the priest, unless there is some effect it has of when it kills a thing, the body immediately ages, withers, which is entirely possible, or
So
not.
we know what
but
to do. Here's the thing:
We
is it
must
do we think
exhume it, I
it's-
think.
yes, but that's going to take some time, and it's going to probably not. It's going to take issue with this.
Thomas.
Small question from either of you. Do you know of, well, any of you, do you know of a way to repel temporarily a church grim?
Jakob?
Also, to the DM, is there a way, perhaps with another ritual, that we could temporarily create some kind of field around where we are attempting to
Working.
dig that could repel it?
Double checking.
Jakob has seemed to be the font of knowledge about this so far. That's where, like, Hiroth is a knowledgeable guy, but Jakob is wearing a great shirt. I own that t-shirt as well, and yes, excellent t-shirt. It would be, Hiroth would go, Jakob, thoughts on how to repel this creature?
Ardana, thoughts on how to repel
Yes.
this creature?
I am looking. Let me double check something. So it says page 129.
Yeah, little bit distasteful look on his face, Thomas. It's just, I may be able to create a protection circle.
How long will that take? Because if it's smart, it knows what we're doing.
We don't
Well, that's the
pose
thing.
anyone in this village a threat. If anything, we are here to help the village.
Okay.
As far
I'm
as
just saying, if it's got a brain, then it said it knows what we're gonna do.
That's true, but
as far as you know, there is no way to repel a grim, but sinning and blasphemy against God will attract it.
oh.
Let's
Hot
start
topic.
In what
sinning.
way?
We
It
can
will
just
try to
come over
chase.
Here. We're not married.
Which
Uh,
version are we talking about?
Well, so the
According to whomst?
so according to this, it says it is possible to attract the church grim through sinful deeds and blasphemy against God and Jesus Christ.
The
that's
key
easy.
word is church grim.
Yes.
You don't pray in a church, my friend. Believe it's a synagogue for you. If it was a synagogue grim, the rest of
No,
us
well,
would be
I mean, if it's about Jesus, that'll be easy.
That'd be easy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just
If
go
we
and
just
crucify someone else, would you?
if we just engage in a little bit of like unwedded hand holding, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very angry.
But then it goes
Oh,
and
is it
attacks
only
us.
hand holding? All right then. Well, I'm up for that.
So Jakob will also turn around like, but if we do attract it, that does run the risk of it will be able to chase us down very quickly. Being
Well,
a
that's
cat,
where the protective circle comes in, doesn't it?
There is no way to
I'm not
protect.
sure that would work.
as
Okay.
far as I know
how long will
about
it take?
them,
How long will it take to get this thing open? Do we think?
Who has a shovel?
If we all
Well, don't look at me. I'm not exactly brawny.
A crowbar.
Fine, I shall go back and ask Magdor for a shovel.
if we all get together and we do it, maybe that's better. And if it comes for us, we just dig as fast as we can. I don't think drawing it away with us separate is a good idea. I think we
If
should.
it's faster than a person, then there is no real point. One of us will
I have
get
a-
killed.
Question, Jakob. Does it understand human speech?
No. No.
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't understand human speech. It would have to witness a blasphemous action.
My impression, DM, is that as long as like the rules are, and this is my impression, and I can roll for it if you would like me to roll to get the answer for this one. But if we are here, like it was created to protect the village, is our assumption. So it will attack people who don't have the best interest, perceived or otherwise, of the village at heart. So as long as we are here to protect the village, which we absolutely are, we only need to make it think that we are here for the best interests of the village.
You would need to also convince whoever summons it.
Well, we thought that was the priest.
Yes.
But props not now. But no one else is around, yes?
Not
Okay,
not around the church, no.
You know who summoned it.
I
The only
have a
other
feeling I
individual
know who
we've
summoned
met.
it.
The
in
only
this
other person that
fucking place.
talked and can see
Logistics
it.
next question: does it feel like while the full moon is open is the only time we'll have to make this work, or like do we have time to discuss this?
I think we can kill it whenever, but
Yeah.
I also think that it is quite passive until we actually like do something shitty to it. I would agree with the assessment here.
Yeah, you would
Okay,
you
so
would
let's
know
go and see if
that.
we can find a...
So now that you know that there is in fact a grim, it has no connection to the full moon at all.
Everybody
Or the
grab a
priest.
fucking shovel. Let's get to
Yeah.
work. And
There must be
once-
shovels around here. We're in a fucking graveyard.
That's
Yes.
a cemetery. Yeah.
once we get enough and we get to work, then I'm gonna get out my little star.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna pay attention.
Ouch.
Yusuf, I'm going to say that Heroth noticed. Yusuf,
Sure.
don't go
I'm not going anywhere.
being
But
too
might as well
brave,
be.
my friend.
No. I don't plan to do anything but get the fuck out of the way. But better it focus on someone young and can get out of the way faster. Plus, got little dog. You hate cats, don't you? So
Jakob's
basically,
gonna
I've
put
got. Yep.
Jakob's gonna put his hand on your shoulder and then sort of say, "You say young. It's better to try attack someone young, but what about someone who only has very little left in life anyway? Besides, I don't believe in all of this God stuff. So, what's more blasphemous than an unbeliever?"
Hey, you want to be stupid with me? Go ahead, man. I'm not going
Well,
to.
I've only
I'm not
got
going to-
2 months left, so might as well make
Man,
it count, right?
If you want to put yourself up on shocking block, I'm not going to stop you. You go for it.
Yes,
Hold
Doctor.
the fuck up!
Mum? What?
It seems like we have a competition of who wants to die first to this creature.
No, No, I absolutely do not want to die. I'm happy for him to take up the post. I'll just
Me
be there
neither,
with
but I don't want Jacob to die either. I kind of like him in a weird, sort of smelly way. So
Let's
well,
look,
let us
get to
then,
work.
friends, work on the benefit of no one dying and quickly dig,
Right.
boys.
Let's get shovel. I'm gonna set up the dog to keep an eye out for the cat. If I hear anything, then I will tap Jacob on the shoulder, and then we'll get ready.
Clara obviously will not be digging,
No.
but she will post up so that she's like in a good like seeing position of the creature to try and observe it in case its demeanor changes. Because as far as I understand, the dog will be doing like investigation part. I would like to keep an eye on the like the vibe of the creature. If it becomes agitated or aggressive, that's what I want to be on the lookout for.
Yep. As you observe this, with creature, do you mean the Grim or the dog?
Are we inside of the Grim for this?
I don't think so.
No, the Grim has moved.
And we don't know where.
No, you have no idea.
Shit! Okay, then I will be observing the dog and like trying to like act quickly in case it like sees something.
Yep.
I
Miss
think what I'll
Clara,
do,
just
just
in-
to double check that everything is above board as it can be, I'll take Shadow over to where I saw it and
Yep.
get him to kind of nose it so that he
Yeah.
picks up the scent.
Absolutely.
Jakob's gonna pick up a few stones along the way and put them in his pocket.
Okay.
Now don't confuse them with bread.
Oh no, he's already eaten all that bread. So he was like, while you guys were all talking, he was like, he's just eating it. So no, he has a pocket
That's how he
full of
stays sober.
stones, and wants to also kind of keep an eye out of the closest windows and like glass panels to the church building.
Nice. Jakob, as you watch the church building, you see shadows moving inside it, almost like a great beast is stalking inside a nave, obscuring the light from the now dying candles.
Do I make out to see what kind of shadow it's forming?
No, it's very hard to see. It is stained glass windows, so you can just see that the light seems to be dimming as something big passes by it. And also, it seems like the candles are sputtering out one after the other. It is getting quite late at night.
How is this a godly thing?
Well, if we want to do this, we might as well do it kind of quickly. I think our
What do you think I'm
creature is-
fucking doing?
Yeah, we've been digging for a while now.
Yes.
Would you like?
God, Jakob
a-
helps because he's a quite physically strong person. So
Good, because
I mean, Tomas will help, but his help may look a little bit more like hindrance. He is wherever he
You hold the
grew
wooden
up.
end. The wooden end.
No,
It's just
he's
poking the
not
ground.
physically strong. He's not really physically strong. He's quite a slight fellow.
Okay, so Yusuf and Jakob, could you please make me a physique check?
hell yeah. let's go.
I
One, two,
was
3, 4,
expecting to make this check. Like
Are you-
everybody else was saying they were doing things.
Yep.
Hereof would have been digging.
Yeah. You
This
can
is
make
terrible.
a physique. Like you're gonna succeed, but this is just to determine how long it takes. So yeah, higher.
I got
If you're
one-
also
one success.
Also one.
I rolled. So all my good luck has went out the window now. Out of 5 dice, I rolled a 4, 3, and 3 ones.
Nice. I rolled 3 dice and got a success.
yeah. So it takes
That's
you
right.
Physique check.
physique check.
Which
I can roll
Tomas being
3
the
dice.
strongest one, like tick, 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 tick.
It takes you about half an hour
No.
to dig down
Not
into.
ideal.
I rolled a total of 6 with my 3 dice.
sorry, no. It takes you roughly half an hour to dig down until a shovel clanks into what sounds like a stone block.
Dariya, the ominous noises have intensified.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to know that, but thank you.
Well,
I'll keep you in the loop, you know.
I feel like it's a
One of
clue.
Thank you, Jack.
Uh, is any one of you looking at the church while you dig?
Yes, church. Yes. I'm not digging.
With my total of 6, I think I've given up trying to help.
Also, I just
So,
realized
I'll be
something.
keeping a lookout too.
I have opera glasses with me. I would utilize them. Yeah, of course I do.
Of course.
I'm gonna use my opera
You're a
glasses.
writer. Why wouldn't you have opera
Wouldn't
glasses?
I? Yeah.
So,
I utilize them.
Yeah,
I hope
so
nothing shocks me. I don't want to lose this monocle in my champagne glass.
Clara and Thomas, if you're like observing your surroundings, the second you hear that clang of a shovel against stone, the shadows inside the church vanish.
It's gone.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Yeah. Do it now. No.
And as
Do
he's
I
saying
hear
hurry
it?
up, he is out. Sorry, the cat just bit me. As he's not shouting, but whispering aggressively, hurry up. He is pulling out his tinderbox, because that's one of his equipment pieces.
Yep.
He is pulling out his tinderbox, ready to strike a flame to burn whatever is in this, under this stone.
I'm gonna pull out of the hole and basically be ready to sort of like tag team with Shadow. So like we're gonna move in like separate directions, and we're not engaging in combat. We are basically feinting to the best of our ability,
And Jakob
including diving in the hole if I need to.
So Jakob also will climb out and then looks at the windows to see if the shadows are really gone.
Yeah, there's nothing moving in there anymore.
Cool. He's going to take a second. He's then going to pull out in one of like hidden in a deep one of those pockets inside the trench coat. It's a pocket watch. Opens it, looks at the photo that's inside before he kind of like puts it to his heart and closes it. Well, if I'm gonna go, might as well go my way instead of this rotten disease. And then he takes out one of the stones and throws it at one of the stained glass windows.
Oh,
And starts running. God's a lie!
Wow.
Okay.
He
You know what,
doesn't
man? I'm
speak
gonna keep
English.
digging. Enjoy. I'm not
and he-
chasing after you, idiot.
He's gonna run, throw stones at glass panels, and as he does, he's trying to find what spot that's the most shadow as possible. Where, despite the moonlight's coming,
yeah.
he's trying to find the most shadowy place as possible. And when he does, he's gonna use his hobo tricks to try and hide there.
Nice. Okay.
So that's the action plan.
It's a talent.
Yeah.
Talent. Yeah.
As you hear the glass planes shatter, you also hear a mix between a deep growl and a high-pitched hiss, and then a thunk as something large lands on the ground, and then you start hearing the ground tearing up as the same large creature is running. And
Is he running towards
Shame,
us?
I really liked Jakob.
it seemingly runs from around the opening of the church. So Jakob, are you running like through the churchyard or the other way around?
Am I able to look at the quick maps just so I can
Yep.
visualize where we are? Because I think I'm.
There is a map in the chat a bit up, but I can post one more zoomed in.
I'm looking at like the village and it's kind of got everything there. So where are we kind of?
You would be.
Churchyard.
You are
In the
right
graveyards?
You're right behind the church.
Cool.
So in the northwest corner of the church.
Sweet. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna be throwing stones at the glass panels from the north part and then slightly to the west, and going towards where the forest is, because on our way in, it was noted that light is really hard to pitch through the trees because of the density of it all. So knowing that despite it being a cat-like, it still needs a light source to be able to see into shadows properly. So I'm going to try and head to the shadows while throwing my stones at the glass panels and sort of laughing at God as a tyrannical bastard.
You...
If it doesn't kill him, I might.
He does have a point.
You hear this large creature tearing up the ground on the other side of the church. So it went out the front doors and then looped around on the western side. You guys are in the north, so you will be able to see it come up to the northwestern just as it comes around that corner. And you see these large, glowing red eyes and a snarl that seems to be dripping shadows.
Just keep digging. Just keep digging. What do
Like
we
that.
do? We dig.
I'm gonna call
dig.
Shadow down, to be honest, because like at this point he's kind of gone like, look, he might live, he might not. I want to live, and I also want to get this done. So good luck. And yeah, I'm gonna call the dog down to get the thing out.
Yep. Takes you only a minute or so to get free the stone box. It's about how big this is.
Shoebox.
Yeah, it's about a shoebox, but made out of stone with a stone lid on it.
Remember,
Great.
Carla has a crowbar that she was given.
I do.
I
do
know.
have one.
I was like, Miss Carla, would you mind if I or you, would you like to do the honors?
I think we have time to give my first ever crowbar experience right now. So here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Jakob, you see this huge creature coming towards you, and I need you to make a fear check.
Fear check. All right.
Yes.
You have to guide me through. What am I rolling?
Let me double check. So you need to roll.
To not shit your pants.
Basically, to not break your mind. Conflicts and injuries. There you are.
I have advantage on this.
Maybe you will after this. Who knows?
Well, yeah. Look, but you and I have to snog first because we're not married.
Hand
then
holding.
it'll
We
come up.
decided on hand holding.
I don't know. I don't remember
There.
deciding anything. Well, then it's rape, so that's a different thing.
Yes.
Velma and Daphne kissing is all I've ever wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Velma is confirmed by.
Yes.
Okay,
let's
so
focus on the story.
you roll either logic or empathy. Straight up.
Oh, has to be logic. I got more dice than logic than I do
Yeah,
empathy. Cool.
and you can also. How far away from the group do you run?
Very.
I've like the instant I heard that the shadows like disappeared, Jakob like just immediately climbed up and started the bolting, like sprinting away from everybody.
So you can have one extra die because you know that your companions are within this, like within reach, but no more than that.
Cool. All right, so 5 dice.
We're not
with logic.
helping you.
Nope.
Oh,
I mean, we
that is
kind of are,
great.
but mostly
That's two successes.
That is brilliant. Your mind does not break, but you're about to make a mess out of yourself.
Oh no.
It's alright. He's had
That's
some
pretty bad.
excrement on his clothes before. It's not something he's
I was like,
not
the
uncomfortable.
challenge today is how stinky can he get?
He still has bars of soap in his.
It's
That doesn't help.
let me see. Yeah, fair one. You had to get one success to not get a condition.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, I got 2 successes. Thank
Yes. So Yeah.
Dig, dig, dig. I love digging. It's my favorite thing. That's why I'm a doctor.
So yeah, you feel that nervousness, that panic rise, but you manage to suppress it. It's still starting to do funny stuff with your head, but not too bad. And
Get
it
it open, get it open, get it open. Sorry.
you can see this beast trying to find you.
Did you want me to roll for all the stealth checks or no? Like, am I?
Give me one stealth check. Let me see, and I'll roll an observation.
And I am using Hobo Tricks, which Hobo Tricks allows me to add to
Yep.
if I'm stealth to hide. So
Yep.
precision is 3.
That
So that's
name of a
3.
skill is wild.
Yes.
1 is
Hobo
for
Trick.
just normal, and then I've got 2 for stealth. So therefore I'm 4, 6, and then another 2 for Hobo Tricks. So 8 dice. Let's go.
Nice.
You can
I
do
have
it.
yet to roll more than 7.
Oh, that's bullshit. I rolled 5 5s.
Oh!
Ooh.
1
How close is
4.
so far?
6s!
No 6s, yeah. Not a single 6.
Oof.
Are you
Uh,
No
saying
hubris in
that
this game.
running off by yourself in a horror game wasn't an optimal
Well,
choice?
I had 1 die, and I rolled a 6.
Says the guy who noticed, who like, yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk off real early on my own and
Immediately,
pray
yeah.
to a god that no one else likes.
Yeah, no, I played enough horror games. I played enough horror games to
You're
know
fine
that.
in the
that
early.
Nah, yeah, in the early
Um,
game you're alright.
Even
Yeah.
as you're hiding, Jacob, you can hear the beast sniffing and just then turning its head, looking straight at you.
Oh, it's a cat. It's got great sense of smell. You're fucked.
Yeah. You are
Uh,
very perfumed.
Meanwhile,
Burn
over
the box.
the box is free.
Come on.
Great. The box is free.
Yes.
I crank open the stone lid of the box. I don't even really examine the interior too thoroughly, only to make sure that it's basically a cat-like skeleton.
It is a
It's
skeleton.
like,
Yes.
correct. Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it.
How do you want to burn
Tomas,
it?
who has been- Well, Tomas, who
Thomas
has been,
has been
the
waiting.
whole time getting his tinderbox to work, is just going to essentially throw the fire into the box.
I think since nothing else is happening, why don't we say that like once he's pretty sure that it's like gonna happen, but if he can like can he see any part of what's happening with Jakob at all?
Give me an observation check.
Yeah, sure.
Because the
It's not
beast
that
has come
important.
around the corner now,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you would see it stalk towards the forest.
One success.
You see it move, stop for a moment, and then move again towards a very pinpoint location.
Right. Okay, I think he can put 2 and 2 together. He'll just start
Yeah.
shouting Hebrew once like the light is over the thing.
Okay, let me check. Does it... It pauses for a moment, and Jakob, you see it like the big claw is lifted, about to strike, and then it just stops for a second and turns its head. And instead of striking down on your head, it puts its paw down and then twists around and just takes off towards the other group.
Oh no, you fool.
We're good.
If
We
you
got
have
the
any
fire.
poo, fling it now.
And
Wow.
Yusuf, I
Take
need
them.
you to make a fear check. So either empathy or logic, as this
Empathy, for
beast
sure.
is fixed on you.
Well, now they do like a little bit of ping pong of who's more blasphemous. You know?
Yes. You need to
If
be...
necessary, I
I
can
meant to
always
do
hold
it just
hands
as a
with
dramatic
Clara.
moment as the fire is coming down.
I know you would. You're like waiting for the
Uh,
moment to hold hands with
one.
somebody.
Okay,
One success.
so you
Any
feel...
human contact.
Oh, please, I'm so lonely.
Like, you feel your reality focus down on these two eyes, but for some reason the fear just doesn't take hold. And meanwhile, Thomas,
On fire.
dry
Yes.
bones. You're throwing tinder on it. It doesn't take.
Heroes, do you have any of that like alcohol rub for wounds? Throw that shit in.
I have a doctor's bag. It would
Yes.
contain rubbing alcohol.
It
Please
would.
do. Please do.
Yes, yes, yes.
Whoosh. Because I was like, I need something flammable. I'm looking at my list. It's doctor's bag, fine wine, and a weak horse.
Wine could also work,
I'm
but
like,
You know-
horses and wine. No, wine is nowhere near flammable. Wine, you need 40% proof minimum.
But rubbing alcohol
so-
is 90 proof.
But rubbing alcohol,
Yep.
yeah, it should be.
Look
I'm
it
like,
up.
oh, good thinking, Dariya. Yes, I whip it out. I cleanse my hands thoroughly, and then I throw it in the jar, and whoosh goes up. Yeah.
You know what?
Yes.
You know what I'm picturing right now? Like the tension scene. It's like the scene in Mulan where Mushu goes like, "You don't have a plan," like, and all this is happening at the same time.
And
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
in the
I just saw Tomas looking at this thing as it's not lighting, like the bones aren't burning, and he's just.
I'll turn my head as this
Bones
happens.
burn, but not very well without first.
and
You need wood as well.
you see
or-
this monstrous cat with glowing red eyes just rushing towards the group, and in like not immediately close to you but not very far away, it starts to, in this firelight, this fire cascade that happens from the rubbing alcohol hitting the tinder, you see this shadow beast just explode in a cascade of shadows and bright light.
Jesus
And-
was a Jew.
So you do believe.
Yes.
I believe Jesus was a Jew. Yeah, that's like history, man.
Let's move on.
And in the aftermath of this quiet night, not
What
a
about it was quiet?
very quiet, peaceful night ahead. Yes, go on, Game
Mm.
Master.
Yes.
When no
Everybody else.
threat to the village was
No.
performed.
in the well, I meant to say in the aftermath, in this now quiet night, you hear the sputtering flames licking the remains of this buried cat. The birds slowly returning to the shadowed trees. And on the horizon, you see the first few rays of dawn. And that is where we're gonna end this session.